What's up, my boy Mike?
I'm chilling, bro. I'm chilling, fam. I appreciate you, man.
It's all good.
I'm trying to have you pod for a minute, bro.
Man, the stars wasn't aligning, but they did today.
I feel it. I feel it. It only makes sense. Cheers, fam.
Oh yeah, cheers for sure.
Appreciate you pulling up.
Let me get a clink.
There we go. What's the deal, bro? What's up with you?
Man, I've been chilling, just staying out the way, keeping it cool.
I feel it.
Work, gym. Little fiesta every now and then. You feel me? What about you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Staying out the way, working, trying to keep this podcast and photography thing going. I can't complain, bro.
You definitely working. We see it.
Oh yeah, working, trying to have fun in between. Not too much fun, but trying to have fun in between.
Yeah, it's good for the soul. You know
I be living vicariously through you and Santi, man.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. That ain't what it's cracked up to be.
I got to, man. I can't do everything y'all be doing, man.
Yeah.
How old are you now? 25?
24.
24.
Yeah. Just turned 24 in February.
Okay, that's right. Yeah, I thought because my birthday's late, I always knew I was 10 years older than you. But I thought, because I got a late birthday, I thought you might be 25 already.
Yep, 24. Deuce 4. Getting up there.
I feel you feel that. You feel like that,
man? Because it's kind of crazy. Like, think about it. You know me since I was a puppy. You me baby. So it's like I feel like when you have these friendships that you start touching a decade. You're like, wait, how old am I? It's been a decade already. Over a decade. That's just a trip. It'll trip you out. So sometimes I be feeling like I'm getting up there.
I feel it. I feel it.
But
it's funny you say that. When I was putting the topic list together for today, I was like, we ain't really gotta say the on the mic show. I ain't gotta go into your whole history of how we met and everything. But I guess it'd be cool. But now when I was thinking about it, I was like, I've really known bro since he was 7, 8 years old.
A puppy.
That's crazy. That's crazy. It ain't. I don't really. Yeah, other than family, my younger cousins and stuff that really feel more like nephews than cousins. But outside of family members, I don't think I have any friends that are that much younger than me that I've known for that long. You know what I'm saying?
It's hella funny you say that because I was just thinking about this recently too. When we agreed to have this meetup, I was like, damn, I got hella homies that are just older than me. You know what I mean? But I've always, I don't know why, but I've always been around the older cats. Always kicked it with the older cats. Outside of my little nucleus of 3, 4 friends that I've been cool with since Jump Street, all the homies been hella older. You know what I mean? I kick it with my cousin a lot. He's 12 years older than me. You feel me? But I think everybody matures at a different age.
For sure.
Considering what life throws at you. So I think that's why I kind of gravitated towards the older cats, because the motherfuckers my age, I was cool.
I feel it.
I was cool up there.
I feel it. You have always been on that. You have always been on that. And it's
Yo, brother calls me young sir. He been calling me sir since I was a puppy. He always be like, oh man, you 12 going on 30.
For real.
So he's like, I call you young sir.
You have always had yeah, for sure, big bro all day. You have always had an older energy to you. I don't want I don't want to say hard to explain, but it's you've always been. You haven't seemed when you were 16. I didn't feel like you were 18 or you were 20. I knew you were 16, but you were just more mature and just a little bit more advanced than a lot of your peers, for sure.
Yeah, I agree. I mean,
where does that come from?
Not to get too deep or whatever, but just kind of growing up quicker. You know what I mean? It is what it is. That's life. A lot of people. What's funny is when I spoke about my nucleus, it was because we all were the same. I think that's why we became so close. Because the homies they dealing with similar situations. My dad was doing his thing and they landed him in the pinta a little bit, in and out or whatever. They didn't really have no dad, period. So I think we kind of related on that type of tip. So we all had each other kind of to just grow up kind of quick on or with. Mom's working 2 jobs, working 9 to 5, going straight to another job at nighttime. I mean, so it was what it was. Had my sister with me. It's my second mom. That's my girl. So I think that's where it comes from. What's crazy is it's regular though. That's the most. Can we cuss on here?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the most fucked up part. It's regular in California. It's specifically it's all over the world, but in California for sure, you got the highest incarceration rate. You know what I mean? In America, really.
I didn't know that.
Don't quote me on that. I'm sorry. Do not quote me on that.
Okay,
but one of them for sure. Mostly because the population is so high, but some people will argue some other stuff, which I might agree on. But yeah, it's regular, really. So I don't really like to zone in on that too much, because I'm never the type to want a pity party or whatever. So it is what it is, really.
And see, you know what's funny? Because I don't want to say because I had both my parents, it ain't that simple. But because I didn't have to grow up fast and I didn't have like extra responsibilities as a kid, I was naive to a lot of things. I talk about that all the time. I was naive to a lot of things. Like in our house was like, I had friends that, like most of my friends that had both their parents in the house like I did, I knew from church.
Right.
Or like when I lived in Southeast, a lot of like people that lived on our block, they had both parents, but like all my friends, like my closest friends that I didn't know from church, because I only saw them once a week. So all my like closest friends from school and from the neighborhood, they really only had one parent. You know what I'm saying? And my dad would always he would always tell us, like, you boys don't realize how blessed you are to have both parents in the house. And I knew that, like I know my dad's not lying, but for me, and I say this all the time, for me, I used to look at my friends that had their parents lived, like their parents were split up. These niggas had 2 bedrooms, 2 bikes, 2 Segas.
Right.
Like 2 of everything. So I used to look at it like, nah, that's kind of lit. Like that might be the vibe. But then of course you get older and you realize like, nah, that ain't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. With me, it was a little different because, you know, my dad, you know, doing his thing and shit and going in and out the pen or whatever. That was it. It wasn't like my mom was bringing nobody in. My mom ain't never brought nobody around me ever. Like she was not that type of woman. She gonna ride, you know, it is what it is. She gonna ride for her man, straight up. You feel me? So it was just me and my mom a lot, and then, you know, me and my sister as well. But I never had like that type of situation. But I've seen it, so I could tell you like, yeah, it's not what it's all cracked up to be. Like, you know, they say, oh, you having 2 Christmases, 2 Thanksgivings. That shit kind of plays a, you know, has a toll on kids, you know, from what I've seen. You know what I mean? But
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. One to that point, one story that sticks out in particular, and I guess I won't say my friend's name, but one of my friends in elementary school, I went to Valencia Park in Southeast Dago. Shout out to VP, man. One of my friends, he used to have a slumber party. He had like a big birthday party and have a slumber party at the end of the night every year for his birthday. And I remember one year, like, and his parents, he was one of my friends that his parents were split. And I remember we were outside his house in the street, like playing basketball, kickball, whatever we was doing. Remember his dad pulled up, dope ass car, Dayton's, everything, pulled up, music bumping. And I knew his dad just from seeing him just a couple times picking him up from school. And so we knew this like to be one of like the coolest niggas ever, just off his car and just like his swag alone. So he pulled up, we all rushed the car, like he picking up his son, like giving him his gifts, having fun. And his mom starts coming out. And I kid you not, bro, his dad's playing with him. His dad sees his mom coming, gives him a kiss, puts him down, and was like, I gotta get out of here.
And
got in the
off.
car and left. And like to the point where like my friend started like, it's his birthday, but he like starts like crying and screaming at his mom, like, why'd you come out here? You know he don't like you. You know he's gonna leave if he sees you. Why you come out here? And I remember like thinking like, that was like one of the most bizarre experiences that I was ever a part of, because that was something I would never in a million years experience nothing like that in my own house and in my family, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but that was one of the first times that I was like,
oh, it's not that cool.
it's not that cool. You know,
See,
that was
that's
one of the
many.
first times.
That's hella many. Like, it's a whole different struggle. You know what I mean? It's a whole different struggle. You know, you might have both your parents present. They both might be, you know, out or whatever, but they can't even stand to be in the same vicinity together. That's nuts. You know what I mean? Like, no matter what happened, you know, like, oh yeah, obviously they would funk every now and then. My mom would be, you know, get up out the streets type shit to my dad, but it was never like that. Like, nah, they got hella love, you know, hella, you know, good memories, but you just couldn't keep it get out the way.
I feel it.
You feel me? So
I feel it.
It is what it is, yeah, but I don't like to dwell on it too much. He's good now, you feel me? He got out and last time he got out was 2020. Shout out COVID. But he's doing good now, you know what I mean? For real good, he ain't going back, you could tell. He done turned all the way square.
That's what's up. He said he had turned all the way square. That's
yeah, I don't dwell on that too much. Like, it be killing me when I see motherfuckers like, you know, oh man, I'm fighting demons. I done went through. I'm like, what happened? Like, you know, what's going on? Like, oh man, my dad's not the pen. I'm like, that's your demons? Like, nigga, everybody's going through that. You feel me? Everybody's going, like, I'm not gonna say everybody, let me take that back. A lot of people are going through that.
But see, I mean, it's not a life that I'm familiar with, but I would say that's a testament to your mom, though, like you were saying at the beginning. Because, like, the ones that might have that as a demon for them, They might have had different dudes in and out of the house. They might have had a mom that wasn't as solid as your mom, respectfully to anyone who does have that as a demon, but they might not have had a mom like you.
Nah, you're right. Thanks for checking me on that. You're right. That is true. And I didn't even think about that. Look, I'm so, inconsiderate. I didn't think about that because my mom's is a soldier, you know, firsthand. Mom's is a soldier.
She a gangster.
Soldier.
She a gangster, for sure.
Feel me? So yeah, I didn't have to deal with that. I had a good foundation from her, but it was definitely, get real sometimes.
Oh, yeah, your mom used to be out there going hard at the basketball games,
going hard
man.
in the paint.
All day.
Having us running up in stands. Oh my goodness. I'll never forget when we played. One time we were playing in Mar Vista, at Mar Vista. I can't remember who we were playing. It was a tournament. But we were playing at Mar Vista, and we had won or whatever. And so he had taken he had taken us out or whatever. So we're sitting, it was the end of the game. We were sitting on the bench, and me and my best homeboy from the sandbox, Mike, we were sitting next to each other, and you hear my mom yelling, right? I can't remember what she was saying. She was yelling, but she was talking to the rowdy crowd, to these kids. You know what I mean? For one, she's out of pocket for doing it. Whatever was said, you know what I mean? But she's talking her shit to them or whatever, and they get up like, you know what I mean? So Mike, like, man, what you trying to do? I'm like, man, let's go. You feel me? Like, literally, it was happening with the last second. So we shake hands, right? And we run up in there, and we, it was just all bad or whatever.
What year was this?
That was my freshman year.
Okay.
I was a freshman. So me being a freshman, a puppy, and Mike as well, shout out Kalen, he was a senior. He ran up in there and told the whole crowd, man, what's up? What's happening? Like, it's burnt. I don't even like telling this story because it's so burnt. It looks bad, but it's a true story. But I just brought it up because what you said, how she would be at the games. But yeah, that shit was not cool. It is what it is, you feel me?
It get like that sometimes, man. I done seen some, high school games can get crazy, but I've seen the wildest stuff at the AAU games, for sure. I did want to ask you this about basketball though, because you can ask Steph, whenever we talk about basketball in San Diego or just basketball period, youth basketball and winners, we always talk about you, Mike, and Devin, and how, I tell Steph, I started watching them play when they were in 6th or 7th grade, and I've maybe seen them lose. I could count on my hands how many games I've seen them lose. You know what I'm saying? There's the winners. They've always played the right way, and they're winners. And so I asked, for somebody who played high-level basketball for pretty much from the day you were born to the day you graduated high school, and then wasn't able to play in college. Did you ever have any feelings or anything about that?
About not playing college?
About not playing college.
Oh, for sure. And I was so stubborn. Man, hella stubborn, thinking that the JUCO route was, the low road or whatever. Stupidest decision I've ever made in my life. Because I have so many, and it's crazy because I got so many homies that are just doing so well now, playing overseas and stuff, that took the JUCO route and were just super successful. You know what I mean? But when I blew, for those who don't know, he's referring to my senior year. I blew my knee out, tore my meniscus and my ACL, chipped part of my kneecap off. It was all bad. And that's why I stopped playing. I was out my senior year, and all my coaches were like, man, go to JUCO, do your thing, you know what I mean, yada, yada, yada. And I was just like, no. So now that I wasn't gonna go play basketball anywhere, because I had a few schools recruiting me, and when that happened, I had the school in Maine recruiting me, right? I'll tell you how grimy it get. I had the school in Maine recruiting me, right? And they was texting my mom happy birthday, sending me Christmas cards, sending her Christmas cards, Mother's Day cards. Man, I didn't play for a couple games, and I did not want to talk to them because I was waiting for my MRI to come back. Because if it was just a torn meniscus, I was gonna figure it out. I was gonna go to Mexico, get some HGH. I'm just playing. I was gonna figure it out though. You feel me? And so I was waiting for my MRI, and I knew that they would see goose eggs on my stats, right? So sure enough, second game. He was like, hey, what's up, buddy? You good? We would talk after every game. And I told him straight up, and he was like, oh, bummer. That's unfortunate. That's terrible. Take care. Good luck. I ain't never heard from him since.
Damn.
Yeah, you feel me? So it was just it was like that. It was just wiped away in a game. You feel me? In a sold-out game, too. That was the worst part. I mean, in a sold-out game, we were playing against Foothills. They were #1 at the time. Sold-out game, standing room. You were there. I was
on the coaching staff. And this San Diego, y'all would remember, this is the Jalen Hands senior year Foothills team. So this is
him, Kale, Jaren. They had a squad. That's the game we beat them.
I was about to say we beat them at home for the record.
At home, but that's the game I tore it. I tore it. Mm-hmm. Nobody even blew on me. It was all non-contact. But yeah, that was the worst part. That was the worst part of that. That was that game. Mm-hmm. Worst part is doing it, period. But that game for sure, just it added a level to it. But hey, man. So yeah. So to answer your question, yeah, I do. I regret not being. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. So after they all stopped, I had no contact with anyone. I had to put in college apps hella fast because apps were due in like a month. And so of course I chose Chico. Probably the worst school with my personality I could have chosen. Mm-hmm. Went there, fucked around, and you know the rest is history. Came back, got back into school, did my thing, you know. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that was it. But honestly, I wouldn't change. I would. I'm not gonna say that. I was always trying to end the conversation
on a positive note, right?
No, I would. I'm not even gonna lie.
I appreciate the honesty, bro. I appreciate it.
But it was cool though. It was cool. Mm-hmm. It worked out. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But yeah, to answer your question, yeah, I do regret it for sure.
I was never like, I don't really have any regrets like because I wasn't. Nobody cared about me as far as basketball. Football was my sport. Mm-hmm. And I got recruited by like a bunch of like 2 NAIAs and a bunch of like JUCOs. But I was looking at it like, again, being young and not really knowing how college and JUCOs work. I was looking at it like, bro, if I'm gonna play at a JUCO, I'm gonna just stay home and play at Palomar. Like, I'm gonna do all of this and like figure out where I'm gonna move and to go play at a JUCO. Like, I'm not doing that. And then the more I started to think about it, I'm like, bro, the size I am trying to play college football, I'm gonna have to lift and work out way more than anybody to still be the smallest dude on the team. And like, I was just like, it ain't worth it, bro. It ain't worth it. So I just stopped playing.
Yeah, and the thing with me is I was in a similar situation, especially because my AU team was raw. Mm-hmm. Our big man was Nate Mensah. Yeah, motherfucker just playing the national championship. Yeah, that was our big man. You know what I mean? So the eyes were not on me. Thankfully, I had a couple good games that I got an NAIA, top level NAIA, to get on the radar, and a couple like low D2s. But I was just ready to go play wherever. But something about that JUCO label, you know? Mm-hmm. And it's so stupid. If I can give anyone advice that's in the same predicament, go JUCO. 100%. 100%. 120%. Like, man, the way you get to go and develop your body, get your G's out the way, from an education standpoint, too. Get your G's out the way, and then possibly get a scholarship to get your schooling paid for and play another 2 years at a higher level. Wow, who wouldn't do that? That's weird. Mm-hmm. Like, I look at myself like, you're a weirdo.
I feel it. Did you, when you like, I mean, you always been you was making those decisions for yourself at that time anyway, but like, what was your mom saying about all of that?
Well, to be honest, I'll keep it all the way G real, my dad was fighting a case. So that's a whole other reason why I wanted to just shake. I was like, I don't want to stay here. I want to get away from Southern California, period. I don't want to be anywhere near where I live. Like, I was ready to go. So my dad was out fighting a case. He was out on bail. That was 2017, and that was really she respectfully she wasn't about to tell me nothing. Mm-hmm. I was gone.
I feel it.
I was gone.
I feel it.
I wanted to get away. So that was one of the main reasons I even chose Chico. Mm-hmm. Because I was like, okay, well, what's the furthest I can get that's not Humboldt?
I feel it.
I'm not going to Humboldt State.
I feel it.
In California, what's the furthest I can get in California that's not Humboldt State? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Chico.
I feel it. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Let me see. Let me see. Which topic should we start with? Let me see.
While you do that, I'm gonna refill.
Do that. We got nothing but time. Oh yeah, we can start.
Oh wait, am I good with this still?
Yeah. We solid. Yeah, we solid.
Hey, shout out to my coworker Marky G for sponsorship.
Marky G, we appreciate you.
He slid this to me.
We appreciate you. You watched the fight?
Of course. Yes, sir.
Are you going for Gervontae?
Of course.
Okay. You never know. You know what I'm saying? You never know.
Had to go. Do you want some or you straight?
Yeah, let me get some, please.
Had to go for Gervontae, 100%. I definitely feel like, I enjoy watching, put this right here. I enjoy watching Ryan Garcia. I think he's a good fighter for sure. Mm-hmm. But it's just similar to when we were hooping. Like when I used to hoop, it was like, yeah, these dudes is good, but they're not a dog. Mm-hmm. we're gonna go out there and
Right.
we can go out there and we some pit bulls. You feel
Right,
me?
right.
That's how I felt the fight was gonna be. Is Ryan Garcia raw? Hell yeah, he's raw. He was undefeated before he went there. You know what I mean? But he's not a dog like that.
I feel it. I was telling my dad. I like Ryan Garcia a lot. Had he been fighting anyone else, I would have been rooting for him. I like Ryan Garcia.
Right.
I like him a lot.
100%.
But Gervontae.
Unless he was fighting Haney. I think Haney. Unpopular opinion. I might get a lot of backlash. I think Haney will both their asses.
You think so?
Yeah. I'm gonna keep it all the way G.
I don't think Haney can get Tank, bruh. I like
Tank. People be telling me I'm tripping for that.
I like Tank.
That's my shot in the dark right there. I think Haney will be both their asses.
I'm not mad at it. You know what's I actually got mad watching the fight because of how fast the punch happened. And it was just like the only moment during the fight, bro. It's the only moment during the fight when my son came and like was in my face and like trying to talk to me. And so in the second
You're
round.
talking about the liver shot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Liver shot, yeah, the one that ended the fight. So in the second round though, when he caught him in the face and sat him down, I saw that one and I knew he was gonna get up because I've seen him get knocked down before. He
Before you go, let me ask you this: did you think he was gonna get up that quick?
Yeah.
Motherfucker pounced up. Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
What do I know?
the only other time, and granted, Gervontae Davis is not the other guy he fought, but the only other time he got knocked down, he jumped up just as quick.
Okay.
The only other time he got knocked down, he jumped up just as quick.
Oh,
so.
yeah. Yep.
And so I got hyped. Of course, I jumped up and clapping, going loud. My kids getting scared, running in the back, yelling so loud. But like I said, I knew he was gonna get up, but I was happy just because I'm like, oh, we got this round for sure. That's a win for sure. But yeah, I didn't think. But anyway, so yeah, the seventh round comes, hit him with the liver shot, and like my 2-year-old Max, he's in my face, and like right when I'm like, Max, come on, man. And he like, what? And I'm like, no, don't worry about it. But then when I see the actual replay, my mom was watching it live. She was like, nah, I didn't even see it. You know what I'm saying? So it was like.
I was just about to say, in real time, you probably wouldn't have seen it. And in the couple first replays they showed, you wouldn't have seen it. It was that one replay that was over Gervontae's left, like under his left shoulder, that really showed it. Because even on the first couple replays, I was like, did he really get him or did he chip him? And then that last one, when they really got him, oh, he lit that up.
You know what the narratives be in boxing? When like soon as he hit him and he went down, my dad was the first one like, I don't know, like I think they might be just trying to set up for the rematch. Like I don't think that punch would have put him down. And I'm like, nah, cause I saw that like when you watch the replay, you could see his ribs move. Oh yeah. You could see everything.
You could see his facial expression.
Yeah.
So in the first couple of replays, my dad said the same thing, and I was like, okay, like you might be right. And then they kept the replay going, and then when he was backing up, I was like, oh no, you can see his face. You seen his face. He tagged him. And he was trying to fight it. He was trying to tell himself mentally like,
and get up, you can do it. Yeah,
you're straight. And he was just like, man, I can't do it.
I was just about to say, you could see it in his face that he wanted to get up. Like, I like Ryan Garcia a lot, bro. You could tell in his face he wanted to get up, he wanted to keep going, but he just couldn't. And you know what's funny? Just the nerd in me. Like when Paul George broke his leg, I'm like Googling like how that's possible, you know what I'm saying? And so when he got hit in the liver like that, I instantly jump on Google and I'm like, what happens when you get punched in the liver?
Dr. Mike.
You know what I'm saying? He said Dr. Mike. And I'm looking at him like, oh, okay, it makes perfect sense. Granted, I didn't doubt it. I never doubted it for a second because I done been in plenty of fights and I'm a small dude. I didn't take plenty of body shots that had me like, oh, I ain't trying to fight this nigga anymore. So I'm already knowing, but I had to just to know. So when I go and argue with people, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, when you get punched in the liver, you know what I'm saying? This nigga nose started bleeding. He got, you know what I'm saying? He got hit in the liver.
What's the craziest bar fight you've been in?
I never been in a bar fight.
Oh, you haven't never been in a bar fight?
I've never been in a bar fight. I've been in some brawls, some real rumbles for sure. A few of them.
Well, yeah, going to Orange Glen when you went to Orange Glen, yeah, for sure.
I've been in a few rumbles. And then even when I've been in one in LA when I was living out there. When I actually in elementary school, we got in a couple at Valencia Park, like the blacks against the Hispanics. I done been in a few rumbles in my life, but I've never been in a bar fight though.
I hate rumbles because you got to be on 10. You got to be on 10, 100%, because it's coming from which way. You feel me? Unless you got your back against something.
And see, yeah, unless you got your back against something. But I always tell people, I feel like a rumble is easier than a one-on-one, because all you got to do is keep swinging and don't fall. Like in a one-on-one, you really got to, you know what I'm saying?
That's
in a rumble, as long as you gotta, like you said, you gotta be on 10. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? But as long as you keep swinging and don't fall, you're gonna be all right.
I'll tell you a true story. I'm fucked up on
it.
So during COVID, the thing to do was to go to Temecula because everything was shut down that I know of. You know what I mean? I know, there might be some hidden gyms in San Diego that I didn't know about. But Temecula was 100% open. Motherfuckers was out there. So everyone was coming from Moval, from Riverside, from Corona, from up here, from down here. Everybody was going to Temecula. It was lit. So, okay. So we out there, right, one night. And I ran into some friends that had just set it off in a bar in Escondido over the Padres and Dodgers game.
Okay.
They had set it off, big ass rumble, right? In the that was open because they served food, so they were able to go through that loophole. So they had set it off, right? That was like 3 days before. So they come in there with all their Dodger gear on. And I tell them, I'm like, hey, you might be safe because we closer to LA, but I said, be cool in here. I don't want to have to, you feel me? Just talking shit.
Yeah,
Not even really thinking,
yeah.
you know? So we go through the night. I'm with Mike Diaz, the homie, and I'm with my cousin, CO. Right? Shout out my boys. So we in there partying, having a good night, boom, boom, boom. And this is way back when they both got girlfriends now, so I got to make a disclaimer. This is way back when. They didn't even know y'all two. So the night ends, they parking lot pimping. Right? Everybody's outside, like in the street. So they parking lot pimping doing their thing. I look across the street and I see the dudes, the homies in the Dodger gear. And they look like they're funking. I'm like, what the, you feel me? So me just being an idiot, a straight idiot, right? I walk across the street. I'm like, man, what's up? Everybody cool? And they're like, oh yeah, we were just playing. Dude comes from around the corner. So it's like a mini parking structure. There's like 8 spots right here and all that's right here is the area for them to back out in. There's no other parking spots. And so the stalls are like this, and there's an alley right here to go to the other side of the street. This essay come out, look like he just did, 3 years, buff, but he's short as hell. Come out talking about, what's up, you tripping? I'm like, me? No. I'm not doing nothing. And I'm like, huh? I'm like, what do you mean by that? Like, I done came alone, I'm thinking, right? So he come up, I know he's gonna tackle me. He does not gonna see me with the hands. I already know that. So I'm like, nah, man. So I did the old school. I'm like, nah, man, I'm not even, bam, got off on him, right? And I backed up. Right when I got off on him, I backed up. He come at me. This motherfucker Mike comes out of nowhere. I'm thinking they over here falling in love. He came out of nowhere with an Amazonian punch. Boom! Drops him, right? So dude falls down. This is, it sounds long. This is on like about 15 seconds, 10 seconds. Falls down. Gets on his knees and CO, you know how big CO is. CO coming for the kill. Wham! The girl, his chick is all like, you guys are fucking bitches. And I'm like, bitch, this is the straight. You feel me?
Yeah.
It ain't no fair one. She dragging him to the car, literally. He got 3
Oh, he's out. He's out.
Oh, yeah, he was done so. He got 3 different hands put on him in the span of like 10 seconds. That shit was big. So that's why I'm saying, like, those little streets, there's no rules. It could get grimy.
For sure. And see, I used to
fucking Temecula.
I used to be on that, like, when I was younger. Like, nah, like, shoot the fair one, like it's a, but nah, bro, we ain't got time for
that. Nah, cause they ain't gonna give you a fair one.
Exactly, and you know what?
Cause somebody else ain't gonna give you a fair one.
My homies would say that all the time, but ain't nobody finna give you. I'm like, bro, I got my own morals and what I stand on. Like, I ain't gotta change what other people do. I'm like, nah, bro, we gonna make it back home. Forget all that.
I feel that to an extent. If it's agreed upon, and it's real, like it's like a real, like damn near scheduled type shit, then yeah, okay, cool. But if it's somebody, especially if it's somebody you don't know.
When's the last time you got it? You caught a one-on-one? It's been recent?
No.
Oh, okay.
I ain't caught a one-on-one in a while. Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. I was messing with this chick in North Park, and I was in the apartment. She stayed 2 blocks from Park and Rec. I don't mess with her no more. She a buster. But she stayed two blocks down from Park and Rec. And in her building, it's like 8 spots in the front, and basically she got into an argument with a dude. I was in the apartment. She got into an argument with a dude over parking, and he called her a bitch. So she was like, oh yeah. So she went in there, got me, and I came out there. I was like, man, what's up? Like, what's? And he tried to get buck on me because he was bigger than me. Fired his shit up. He had his dog with him too. So I was like, I'll punt this motherfucker. Nah, I'm not gonna say that.
I'll cut it out, don't you?
But yeah, fired his shit up, and yeah, he got on. But that's the last fight I've been in a while. I ain't been in a fight since probably that PB incident. Oh, I didn't even tell that story right now. But I got into like a little mini brawl with the homies in PB in front of what's my backyard? Mavericks. And that was like 2 years ago. I don't be on that shit no more. I be kicking it. Yeah, it's played out. It ruins everything. It ruins the whole night. You feel me? It's not worth it at the end.
Well, that's not true. When I was younger, I used to fight a lot. And I used to like to fight a lot. When I was like elementary, middle school days, I used to enjoy fighting. Like, just on some like short, like little man shit.
Right.
Like, I gotta prove it. Like I gotta show everybody I got hands in small. But now I almost. Now I might end up cutting this out. So I almost got in a fight. I was in a fight. I think it was February. So like
2 months ago?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So this is like during. So before that, the Torrey Pines Holiday Classic.
Okay.
I'm at the Holiday Classic. Ooh wee. Should I tell this story? Fuck it, I'm gonna tell it. I ain't doing nothing wrong. Shit. So I'm at the.
So this is the last time I would bring alcohol to a show.
Nah, that ain't got nothing to do with it. They ain't got nothing to do with it.
Just kidding.
Dude. So like, as photographers and camera people, it's pretty much like a common courtesy. Like when you're filming at a game, if you leave, like there'll be, especially if it's like Mikey Williams or a big name player, there'll be a bunch of us there, and it's like not much room. Right. And so it's just understood, and we all get to know each other just when we see each other at games. Like, oh, what's up? What's your name? What's up? I'll follow you. We can share ideas, share work. If you need an extra cameraman, let me know. I'll pull up. Everybody, for the most part, knows each other, and everybody's cool. Like, even if you're not like this with nobody, everybody's cool and cordial. And because of that, it's understood that if you leave from the baseline to go film something, to go do an interview, when you come back, like, everybody gonna give you your spot back. Like,
it's unwritten code.
Yeah, like, and so, and everybody knows, like, from my Instagram, my YouTube, like, I go and I film the timeout. Like, everybody knows I do that. And so I'm at the Torrey Pines Holiday Classic. I've been on the baseline for the whole first, I think it was the second quarter. So I've been there the whole first half. I go and film a timeout, and I come back, it's standing exactly where I was standing. And there's a dude, do I need to tell a backstory to this? I probably should.
Yeah, give us context.
All right, so this dude, I was filming an adult league. Like before last summer. And a guy that's also a cameraman was playing that adult league. He did something to his shoulder in one of the games I was filming, and he tore something in his shoulder, and he wanted the footage to show his doctor, to show like exactly what happened. He reached out and said, "Hey, can I get that footage so I can show my doctor?" And just an honest mistake, I forgot to reply to him. I just didn't. And I even told him this, like, the real reason why it happened is like this is gonna sound away, but whatever's making me money is gonna move me first. Right. And so sending you this footage of your shoulder, I want to help you, I do, but the priority is what's making me money. So I honestly just forgot about it. Yeah. I just forgot about it. He never followed up, never said, "Hey bro, I sent you the message, like, you gonna send me that?" He never said nothing. And I've seen him in gyms. "Oh, what's up, bro? Everything good?" Like, and I never thought nothing of it. Yeah. I never thought twice about him asking for that. It was never, ever on my radar. Fast forward to the summer, we're both at the Drew League. I had two homies that played against LeBron. I actually had both of them on my show. Shout out to Mike, and shout out to my guy EA. And so they're raw. They're super. They're both raw. They're both nice. When I had Mike on the show, he was telling a story about how he went out, like, he stepped out of the locker room to go through his pregame stretches, and LeBron and DeMar DeRozan were out there, and he's like, "Oh damn, like, this is cool. This is a cool moment. Like, I'm like out here stretching with LeBron, you know what I'm saying?" And I know that the other cameraman from here from San Diego, he was there, and he had like the media clearance that I didn't have, so he got to film all of that. And so I thought it would make my video better to have that footage, and I would just add it into my interview, like telling Mike when he's talking about stretching with LeBron, I would insert that video. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I reached out to bro. I'm like, "Hey bro, Mike was on my show telling a story about stretching with LeBron, and I know you was back there. Do you mind sending me that footage?" And he hits me with the that was exclusive footage that not everybody was privileged to have. That's gonna be a pretty penny, bro. I mean, that's cool. Like, I wouldn't have worded it that way, but that's fine. And I just said, "That's cool, bro. I'm gonna have to just post mine because I'm not about to pay for that." Like, right. I'm not. just to insert it in my video, I'm not about to pay for it. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, it's cool, bro. I'm gonna have to just post my interview without that footage. Don't even trip. I appreciate you getting back to me. Like super professional, super, because me and him are building a relationship. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I know him. Like, now we're not homies, but I know you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So and then he replies with, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't like how I asked you for the footage of me hurting my shoulder and you didn't send it to me. So moving forward, everything's going to be expensive for you. And I don't like how you was charging my homies at the Swish. I filmed at the Swish Pro-Am. And I don't like how you was charging my homies at the Swish for their footage. I do this for the love. So if you out here charging people and da-da-da-da-da-da-da, I'm like, my nigga, well, I don't do this for the love. This is my job.
Right.
This is my job. I don't sit in these gyms for 4 hours at a time to just send niggas footage for free, nigga. How you think I'm supposed to make money?
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? You can do it for free if you want to, nigga. That ain't me. But anyway, I'm like, all right, whatever, bro.
It's grimy in the video.
I'm like, bro, who does that? Like, and who even like speaks to people that they know like that? Like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, whatever. And so after that, I was just like, I don't even rock with Buddy no more. And mind you, I saw him at the Drew. When I got to the Drew, like, cause when you get to the Drew, all the camera people, you gotta like sign a little paper and get your badge and everything.
Right.
We're at the table at the same time, and I say, I'm like, oh, what's up? Like, and this is like a dope. We both from Dago. We here to film LeBron. I'm like, hey, what's up, bro? Like, I'm showing him love, and he shakes my hand, and we like, everything is fine.
Right.
So I think if you had an issue, and mind you, Bald His Life then came, we done been there at the same time. We've been in the same gym and same venues multiple times. So if he really had an issue with me not sending the footage, he had plenty of opportunity to be like, bro, I hit you for the footage. Like, why you didn't, like, what's up? You don't fuck with me? Like, what's up? Never. Every time I see him, everything's love. So I don't think we have an issue. I don't think there's a problem. But now when I reach out for the footage, you want a big time, you're like, oh, I was back there. Like, I'm like, all right, whatever, bro, don't even worry about it. So after that, after I asked him for the footage and he didn't want to send it to me, and he was weird about it, I was like, I'm not gonna be like weird with you. I'm just go by like I don't know you. When I see you, I'm not gonna mean mug you. I'm not gonna try to shoulder check you, nothing. I'm just walk past you like I've never met you, like you're a stranger to me. And so that's what I did. I would just not say nothing to him.
Yeah.
So now we're at the Torrey Pines Holiday Classic, right? And so now I'm filming, and I go and I film the timeout, and I come back to exactly where I had been standing the whole time. You've been in the Torrey Pines gym before, right? We're on the it doesn't matter. So I'm right on the baseline. He's leaning on the wall, like directly behind me. Mm-hmm. And as soon as I see him standing there, but he moves around. Like I stay in one spot the whole time. He moves around when he films. And I seen him standing there, but I'm thinking, and he didn't have his camera up, but I don't care. Like I've been here all game. But I didn't think he was filming from there. I didn't. You know what I'm saying? He goes, "You're standing in front of me, sir." I turned around. I said, "What?" He goes, "You're standing in front of me, sir." I was like, "I've been standing right here all game, bro." He said, "What?" I said, "I've been standing right here all game, my nigga." I just turned around and keep filming. And then one of my homegirls that's also a photographer, she's standing there and heard and seen the whole thing. And she doesn't say anything, but I look at her face and she's kind of got like a weird look on her face. But just to make sure I'm not the one tripping, I turned to her, I was like, "Am I tripping out right now? Am I bugging?" She was like, "No, sweetheart, not at all. You're not tripping at all." He is. So, okay, bet, good to know. I keep filming, and he sees me ask her that. He doesn't hear it, but he sees me ask her that. She gets up and walks away. And he walks behind me and goes, "Don't talk behind my back. Don't be a little bitch. Don't talk behind my back." I said, "Okay." Yeah. I said, "Okay."
Gosh damn it.
And I got my camera in my hand. Like, he said that. I said, "Okay." I said, "Now you're being weird as fuck. I've been standing right here all game. Everybody knows when you leave, you get your spot back. You're being weird as fuck, my nigga. I've been right here all game. Chill out with that shit." And then he goes, "You fucking bitch, nigga." I said, "All right, we gonna see." He said, "You a bitch. Wait till after the game. Wait till we get outside. I'm gonna fold you, and I'm gonna take your camera. Bitch ass nigga."
Oh, hell no. You a better man than me for sure.
It's kids and parents in the gym. I can't do nothing.
Right.
And this is how I make my money.
And it's for sure police in there.
And this is how I make my money. I'm not gonna let this nigga trick me out my spot, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, bet. We both got our backpacks and our equipment in the media area after all the games in. And this is where, admittedly, I shouldn't have done what I did. This is a long ass story. I'm gonna have to cut it up and make it shorter. But so I'm packing up, I rush over there, pack up my camera, everything. He's still packing up his stuff. I walk right by him. I'm like, "Hey, come outside and take my camera, bro. Come outside and take my camera."
Right.
He said, "All right, I'll be there." I said, "All right, bet." And like, you know how the gym is, built at Torrey Pines. I didn't want to go out and him be like, "Oh, I can't find you, I don't see you." So I walk up the stairs and just stand there. Like I'm just standing there, just staring at him the whole time. And he's zipping up his backpack and he looks up and he sees me on everything I love, bro. He sees me and he does this. Like he gonna shoot me. I just stand there like, okay. I just stand there. So he gets his backpack on his back, starts coming up the stairs. I'm like, I bet. I let him get close enough to me, thinking he's gonna follow me outside. I go outside, I wait for him, like bend the corner so we're not in front of no people, but he can see me though. Like if he comes, he can see me.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And I'm standing there, and he like walks out, and he's like, I don't even know how to get out of here. It's like on some super weenie shit, bro.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to get out of here. I'm like, come on, bro. Come take my camera. It's right here. I put my backpack right in front of my feet. I said, it's right here, bro. All you gotta do is walk over and come grab it. Come take my camera, bro. Come do it. Nigga never comes my way. Starts walking the other way. So I said, come on. And at first I'm like, I'm not about to follow this nigga. Like,
yeah.
I don't think he got a gun, but he just did like a gun gesture. I'd be stupid to follow this nigga to his car.
Nah, for sure.
I'm like, he starts walking the complete, I'm gonna have to hella chop this story up. He starts walking the completely opposite direction, right? And it's the Torrey Pines Holiday Classic, so it's hundreds of people outside when you walk out the gym. And Mikey Williams played that night.
I was gonna say,
so
especially the games you're filming.
It's packed. It's hundreds of people there. He gets to the other side. He's on the other side of campus. He can't even see me anymore and just starts yelling, "Come on, Michael Flicks! I'm fighting you, Michael Flicks!" Like trying to.
What a weirdo.
Right?
You should ask him, are you high? Tweaker.
So then his story's taking mad long. So then like
Fuck it.
I DM him. I said, hey bro, I'm not into making scenes, but I need your fade. Where you at? He said, I'm right over here in the parking lot. Come over here. I'm putting my shit in my backpack and it's good. I said, I bet. I'll be there in 2 seconds. Don't even worry about it. And I literally put my phone in my pocket and jogged to my car because I don't want him to be on some like, oh, you took too long and I left. Jogged to my car like a faster than I've ran in a long time, bro.
Right.
Go over there like, I must have, can't find this nigga nowhere. I can't find this nigga nowhere in the parking lot. I'm like, man, mind you, that same night, one of my homies who's a content creator, I was filming for him. This is the day before, this is December 23rd, the day before Christmas Eve. I'm supposed to be filming for my boy who's a content creator downtown. We're supposed to be hitting a few clubs, a few bars, and like create some content. And I'm like, man, I can't be playing with this thing. I gotta go downtown and make some more money, you know what I'm saying? So I end up leaving. But I'm hot, like I'm turned up. This nigga done called me out my name, told me he gonna steal my camera, how I feed my kids. Like I'm turned up, I'm hot, bro. So much so I had to get on the phone, like, call my kid's mom. And she like, you know what, I think you should call your brother. She was like, cause I think you should chill out a little bit, but I'm not a man, so I don't know how you're feeling as a man. You should call your brother, like, call your brother. Hang up, call my brother, going up. And I'm like, this nigga talking about he got a gun, like, I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, you need to come out here, bro. You need to come out here, like, he like, bro, calm down. Like, you told me you need to go downtown and make some money, bro. Like, forget that nigga, go make your bread. I'm like, yeah, all right, bro, you right. I'm gonna just go downtown. I was like, bro, I promise you, bro, stay by your phone for the next couple weeks, because if I run into this nigga, I'm calling you and I need you to come, because this nigga did a gun gesture, he might have a gun. I need you I need you here, bro. Bro, I hang up the phone.
Shout out Mike's brother, I know who you talking about.
I'm already downtown when I make that call. I'm getting gas. I'm like, right as soon as you get off on F Street, I'm right at that gas station right there. Hang up the phone, drive downtown, link with the bro. The first spot we supposed to go to Chef's, get some food, have a couple shots, and then start doing our content, right? We park the car, start walking up to Chef's. As fate would have it, this bitch ass nigga is standing at the door at Chef's. The nigga that just said he was gonna take my camera.
Right.
I'm like, no way. Perfect.
It's going down.
I got this camera right here with that lens on and everything, small as hell. I didn't even ask my bro that I'm filming for. I didn't even ask him to hold. I'm like, hey, hold this real quick. Just put it in his chest. He just grab it. Walk up and like, hey, come catch my fade, bitch ass nigga. Come down the street. Come catch my fade. He just standing there with his hands in his pocket smiling. And I heard one of his boys, what you waiting on? Go catch his fade. What you talking about? He never says anything. I just go in. Oh, and then the lady working the door at Chef's. I know your cute self didn't come out here to come and fight. There's so many girls in here. You better go find a girl to dance with. What you trying to fight? She made me laugh. So I'm like, are you right?
Oh, she got the best conflict resolution. Mm-hmm. She got the best.
So I go inside. That ended up not happening. So anyway, that happens. Fast forward. Actually, EA knows the dude. EA is a mutual friend of ours. So EA one day. I'm gonna wrap this story up. I promise. EA, one randomly, I wake up one morning EA he done put the 3 of us in a group message on Instagram, and he done sent like 14-minute long voice notes like, yo, bro, y'all 2 black men in the city that do the same thing. Y'all need to squash this, bro, and just be on good terms, which what I would prefer to be on, but he done already crossed the line, bro.
Right,
like, he done already said,
I see it.
He done already crossed the line, bro. So I'm not even finna reply to this. I'm keeping it how I had it. I'll wait till I talk to EA on a one-on-one, like, bro, you don't do that no more. I don't want to be cool with this nigga, like, don't do that. Before I get a chance to do that, he jumps in. Like, EA, I really don't give a fuck about none of this. Oh, mind you, it's so much to this story. Mind you, after seeing him at Chef's, maybe a week later, I seen him at Carlsbad High in the gym. But mind you, we in the gym in front of people and stuff. And of course I can't do nothing. But while I'm walking out the gym, he's still filming. I done packed up and I'm leaving. I gotta get back down here today. I'm walking past him. I just like in his ear, I'm a bitch ass nigga. And I just keep it pushing, right? And then so then EA puts us in the voice chat, says all the shit.
Right.
And then he says in the message, and I said to him, I was like, I'm not looking to be cool. Whatever I said the last time I spoke to this nigga,
I stand on that.
That's why I'm leaving it. That's why I'm leaving it. And the dude goes, well, you shouldn't want to leave it there because the last time you see me, you called me a bitch and I let it ride. I'm not gonna let that shit ride again. So you better be cool. So you know me. I said, well, let it ride then, nigga. I think you a bitch. I'ma say it one more time. I think you're a bitch. Do something about it when you see me, nigga. Fuck you talking about?
Right.
Leave it right there. He gets with EA. He called, like, sending me messages talking about some. Let's call. This nigga told me, let's call the police and meet at the park. Me and you can catch a fade. And if it gets out of hand, the police can break it up to make sure nobody gets hurt. I said, my nigga, me and you ain't friends. This ain't no friendly fade, bro. If I'm mopping you up, nigga, I'm mopping you up. Ain't nobody breaking this up. What are you talking about, bro? Like, so then he says, well, since you don't want to do that, I'm over it. I don't want to fight you now. And if you touch me, I'm gonna kill you. That's what he said. I'm over it. If you touch me, I'm gonna kill you. I said, I bet. Now telling EA, he plays ball with EA all the time. I would be joking, telling EA, like, I'm gonna pull up one of these days and knock your homie out, bro. Like, all right, I'm gonna knock him out one of these days. Caught me on the right day. My son gets picked up by his babysitter on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I can't remember if it was a Tuesday or a Thursday, but it was one of them. EA's like, yo, we want to play ball. I say, y'all gonna be there today? He said, yeah. I'm like, I bet. Bro, I live here in San Diego. Parents live up in Esco, you know that. I drove up to Esco to drop my son off at my mom's house. Drove all the way back down here to go to the gym at Muni, just because I knew he was going to be in there. So I get in there. As fate would have it, bro, as soon as I walk through the door, he's the first nigga I see. So I just stand at the door, give him a chance to come over and approach me like he said he was going to do. He ain't going to let it ride. I called you a bitch. Come do something about it. I stand at the door. He doesn't come over. He stands at his backpack, putting his shoes on, da-da-da-da. As soon as he gets up and leaves to go on the court, I go and sit, like, bro, if his backpack is this table, I sat right next to his backpack, bro, right next to it. Like, so when you done playing, you gotta come and see me. The game ends, he never comes with his backpack. Everyone leaves the court except him. They play another game, he stays on the court. So now I'm like, I done took my watch off, my keys, my jewelry, I got everything in my backpack. And I'm like, how am I do this? He's the only nigga on the court. And so I'm sitting on the bleachers. If he was shooting at the wing in front of me, he was shooting threes. If he was shooting at the wing in front of me, his back would have been to me, right? He's shooting the opposite wing where I could see his face. He shoots it and his ball hits front rim where he is and goes behind him. And there's nobody else on that side of the gym. So he has to go and chase his ball by himself over there. I'm like, all right, perfect. I get up, I start walking his way. And I'm eye contact the whole time. I'm walking dead at him. Like, there's no mistake about where I'm going. And he sees me and tries, like, not to make eye contact, tries to do one of them, but I'm locked in. I'm still coming right at him. And then he, what'd he do? And he, like, tries to look away. And then, like, I, like, get into his eye line. I'm like, what's up? Come catch my fade, bitch ass nigga. You had a lot to say. Come catch my fade. He's like, I already told you I was over that shit. I was like, well, I ain't, nigga. Well, I ain't. Come catch my fade.
Right.
Come catch my fade. Like, man, I already told you what I said. I'm like, well, what'd you say? But it's like, I'm literally, like, we're about the same height. I'm like, his shoulders on my chest, I'm on him somewhere. Like, I'm like, come on, my nigga. Like, this nigga would not face me, bro. Would not come outside and catch my fade after all of that talk, bro. And I told him, in front of all his friends, in front of everybody in the gym, I'm like, bro, and I don't want to hear no more about this shit. You keep telling EA this and that. I don't want to hear no more about this shit after today.
Right.
You don't want to fight me. I done called you out your name. I done pressed you everything. If you not doing nothing after today, I don't want to hear nothing about this, my nigga. Nothing else no more.
Especially about taking somebody's life. That's weird. You gotta damn near stand on that.
Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
That's a whole different ball game.
So yeah.
Damn, Mike.
I ain't been in a fight for a while, but I wanted to that day.
We're real close.
I wanted to that day. Had he not been such a bitch, we would have fought that day.
Hey, probably, you know, it is what it is.
I don't even know how much of that story's gonna stay in, but you know, I got it off my chest.
Yeah, it is what it is. You feel me? That shit. It probably wasn't even gonna be worth it in the long run, anyways. You feel me? So.
Nah, you right.
It's all good.
You right. Anyway, subject change. You been watching the playoffs? Oh, go ahead. Was you about to say something?
Let me tell you one more thing.
Okay.
So you mentioned you went to go film The Ball's Life. The one at Kalina, right?
Yep.
Okay, where you filmed the infamous alley-oop.
Yeah.
Right? I'll give you a quick story.
Okay.
The dude that dunked it,
Thomas Marcus.
What's his last name? Marcus, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's my grade. Oh no, I think he might be a year younger than me. That is the only human to ever drop me.
Yeah, really.
Dropped me. Thankfully, he played at Horizon. When I played him, he played at Horizon. So yeah, he is a year younger than me. Because they shut down and he transferred to San Diego, right? Yeah. He dropped me on a nasty ass snatchback. Nasty. Thankfully, Michael recovered from me and he missed the shot. I want to say Michael might have even blocked him. But yeah, Horizon, they had him and this dude named DJ. They were a raw two-man. They were in our league. And he's the only one to ever really do anything disrespectful to me ever. One time in AAU, Cassius Stanley tried to poster me, but he missed.
Yeah.
Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. I would have been on it. Thank the Lord. He missed because the motherfucker took off from 6 feet outside the block. He was coming baseline. But yeah, he's the only one to ever drop me. He dropped me. He's quick.
He's very quick.
So quick.
He's very explosive. Very explosive. Would you rather get dropped by a crossover or get dunked on?
Jesus Christ.
I mean, no one wants either one. But if you had to choose, would you prefer to be dunked on, or would you rather be dropped by a crossover?
I'll get dropped. I'm not gonna have nobody's nuts in my face.
Well, you ain't gotta have nobody's nuts in your face to get dunked on. It could just be like a chest, you know what I'm saying? Or you jump with him.
I don't contest at the rim. I'm about to have somebody's shit on my shoulder. I do not contest at the rim. Are you shitting me? Yeah, for sure dropped. For sure dropped. Yeah, I would be like harmfully dunked on.
See, I always said I'd rather be dunked on because I look at it I could just argue that like that nigga just got up higher than me. Like that nigga just jumps higher than me. I can't get up that high. Playing defense, like we all sit down and slide our feet. We all sit down and work. Like we all like so to get dropped is like.
Well, okay. Well, check this out. Okay, when Thomas dropped me, I want to say we were running like a 3-2 matchup zone. So the ball had went to the wing. I was playing top. I had shifted over a little bit, and they reversed it back to him quick. So my momentum. I was already going like this because I was like.
It helps I recover type shit.
I was recovering kind of, but I was damn, fuck this tequila. What's the word? I was thinking that he was just gonna take off and drive, but he went like this and brought it back. So my momentum, I was already baiting him. I was baiting him to go to to drive the ball into the hoop. So I was already going like this lazily, and he just snatched back on me. Bam! Dropped me. Hard. And that's the only reason why Michael was able to recover, because we were in a matchup zone.
I've been dropped twice, bro. But both times, I was able to recover and make sure they didn't score. The first one was actually Jeff from Esco. And this was and this was when
He's quick too.
He's very quick. He's actually like
he's twitchy.
One of my toughest matchups like ever in my life. Cause like we're about the same size, but he's got
a little stocky.
Yeah, he's always been like, even though he's younger, he's always been like, not always, but
that's
like,
the homie Jeff.
Once he hit the weights, obviously, he was like definitely stronger than me, and he could always jump higher than me, but as far as like speed, we were always like pretty close as far as like being fast and being quick. So me and him, and we're about the same size, so me and him was always a really good matchup. But this was after I tore, not even when I tore my ACL, I had to have surgery. This was years before that. I tore my MCL, and I wasn't even supposed to be playing. Like it was like you could ask Jesse and ask my brother. Like I used to have to sit like with my knee would get like hella like swollen just from walking around from when it was messed up, and I would have to like sit with like my knee straight out, and it would be swollen right here like above my kneecap and like right here below it. And I would have to like literally sit there and massage them down for like 30 minutes before I went to play. And I remember doing that before I went to go play and putting my knee sleeve on. I remember thinking like, oh, I feel kind of good today. I'll never forget. I remember thinking like, oh, I feel kind of good today. Like this might be all right. I'm sliding, sitting down on Jeff, and he went to his left to my right and then snatched it back hard. And I fell like my knee just gave. I was doing that on this knee, but it was this knee. I'm sliding, my knee just gave out, bro. Like it was. I was not supposed to be on the court, bro. It was all bad.
That's the worst.
My knee just stopped working, bro. And I
like
my hand touched the ground, but because like how fast I was going, my hand touched, but I just pushed myself back up, and I just grabbed his arm and pulled him back down so he couldn't make his shot. Yeah. And then the other one is actually yours. But this one's different though. He was like at the rec again, at the Escondido rec. He's on a fast break, and I sprinted. He caught the ball at maybe like the volleyball line, and I'm at like the opposite free throw line. And you know how I used to play. And I just take out mad sprint, try to catch him. By the time I catch him, we're in the paint now though, and he's on the left side, and I'm coming from the right. And so like I'm coming to try to cut him off, and he crossed it over, and I try to stop and like be in front of him. But like I try to hit the brakes, I just fell down. Same shit. Fell down, and my hand hit. Same thing, I just pushed myself back up and jumped up and blocked his layup, like tipped it out and just got it on a fast break and took it the other way. And so I didn't think nobody looked at it as like that he dropped me because I blocked it and got the ball. Basketball maybe 2 weeks later. He's like, nigga, what you mean? I just dropped you last week. I was like, oh, this nigga.
Oh, he pulled it out. What's the rawest player you ever played against? In basketball.
Rawest player?
Rawest, like not necessarily like the best, fundamentally sound basketball player, but just like raw. Like you walk in the gym, you're like, oh, that motherfucker, it can go. He's a hooper.
That's a good question. It's gotta be either, keep it funky, bro. It's gotta be either my boy EA or Coach Tay at Mission Hills.
Coach Tay?
At Mission Hills.
Hey, Coach Tay.
I don't know if you ever got to see him in his prime though.
Unfortunately, I didn't, but
like,
I can only imagine because how good he still is.
You watch him, bro. He's not even close to as good as he used to be.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
Nobody could stay in front of him. There wasn't a pass he couldn't make.
And he's a lefty.
He's a lefty. And then
once harder to guard.
And then once he started shooting, like bro, I'm telling you, bro, you couldn't stop him getting anywhere on the floor. There wasn't a pass he couldn't make. His IQ was through the roof.
Okay, like, let me.
Tay is cold, bro. I always wonder, and I be wanting to ask him like if the girls that he coached know how cold he really is, bro. He's
so humble. They can't. There's no way they can know. He's so humble.
And it's funny that I brought both of them up.
Not to me. He be talking hella shit to me.
Tay and EA, but especially Tay. Like people know, like EA's played in the Drew League. He's done a couple things. Tay, I always say, is the best point guard that I've ever seen, bro. Like Tay is amazing, bro. Like Tay is a damn good point guard, bro. Like he's supposed to be like D1 and like then go pro. Like he's that good.
Yeah, I heard.
He's that good.
And like I said, I see him, when I was younger, and I was like, damn, he can go. Like he's raw, and they were like, man, you don't even know.
Speaking of that, I need to have you on the show, Tay. On not this show, but on the mic. Pull up on me, bro.
Yeah, Tay. Tay's so sick. I love Tay. Let me ask this in a different way. What's the rawest player you played in a game, in an official game? Like they not gave you necessarily, but just gave buckets out for 40 minutes straight.
He didn't get buckets out for 40 minutes straight, but he did whatever the hell he wanted for 40 minutes straight. J.D. Luster.
Oh man, I heard he was
J.D. Luster from Hoover.
Hoover?
J.D. Luster from Hoover, and he had rest in peace. He had Todd Doxey on his team. They was so cold, bro, and it wasn't just those two. They had a whole complete squad. But to answer your question, J.D. Luster. He was like a video game, bro. Like so fast, so quick, and was doing stuff that nobody was thinking to even try to do. Like not even let alone that you could do. he was doing stuff that you wouldn't even think of. Like, the first play of the game, we played them first round playoffs in 2006. They ended our season. This dude, the first play of the game, he's on a fast break. And as soon as he crosses half court, and I thought it was like, and it's funny, our coach told us in practice, he's like, this kid is like a video game. He was like, he's really short, he's really shifty and quick, he's like a video game. And me and Steph was like the shortest and quickest dudes on our team, so he had me and Steph like doing some of that stuff, but he even told us in practice, like, there's no way we can simulate his speed and the things he's gonna do in the game. Like, I'm telling you, like, just be prepared. Is he cross half court? And he took like a weird like hop, like long, like extended dribble, and then just turned around, bro, lifted one leg and threw it like under, like without even looking, bro. Turned, looking this way, and just threw it under his leg like that. Like, perfect on point pass. Dude caught it, laid it up. Maybe like 2 minutes later, he caught I think either Steph or Nick took a shot. And he caught it, like jumped up high as hell, caught it with one hand, brought it down like this. Took one dribble at the free throw line, bro. Took one dribble, and it looked like he didn't even try that hard. Like, one dribble and just went like that.
Little push pass?
Perfect, on point, full court, one arm pass to a dude, like caught perfectly in stride, caught it 1-2.
Tom Brady?
I was like, this nigga is amazing. And that was my first time seeing him play in person in maybe like a year and a half. I seen him play his freshman year, and that was his junior year. So that was my first time. And you got to think how good you get from your freshman to your junior year, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, yo. But yeah, to answer your question, it's got to be J.D. Luster.
Nice. Yeah, I heard
What about you?
I've been blessed to share the court with some hoopers for sure, but probably Jalen. Jalen Hand's one of the best players to come out of San Diego. Sure. I don't care what anybody says. Like, top 3, probably. Yeah. Him, Norman. Yeah, probably him. I played against some good players though. Billy Preston, dominated. Yeah,
Billy was dope.
There was some good players for sure. Some good hoopers.
You going to the playoffs?
Yeah.
Are you a Celtics guy, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we dropped the ball last night. Ice Trey got us. Gotcha. Sent him home in Atlanta though. Keep him home. You know, we just wanted to go back to Atlanta just so they didn't have to have a flight home.
I can't even front, bro. Like, I'm a Lakers guy. I'm not supposed to be rooting for the Celtics, but I rock with Jalen. I rock with Jason.
You know what's so crazy you say that?
Jason Tatum.
What's so crazy you say that is I was just talking to all my friends that are Lakers fans, and they were like, it was easy to hate on like the past Celtics teams, but this team is like hard to hate on because they're not, you know, they're not the Paul Pierces and the KGs that is easy to hate on. You know what I mean?
And then for me, honestly, even that was hard for me to hate because you can even ask my dad, like for a lot of my life, I don't want to say a lot, for a good like 3 or 4 years, Kevin Garnett was my favorite player when he was in Minnesota. Mm-hmm. So when he went to, and then being a Lakers fan, like I'm 34, and so like for the majority of my life, my team, the Lakers, was always pretty good. The Celtics sucked in my life up until 08. Up until 08.
07, 08.
Yeah, there was no in my life there was no Lakers Celtics. It wasn't a thing.
It was like the 80s.
Because they always suck.
Right.
And I'm happy that it was a thing in my lifetime. I got to experience like a Lakers-Celtics rivalry in my lifetime. But I'm saying not to say, even that team, it was hard for me to hate that team too. I did just because it was like I waited my whole life to experience a Lakers-Celtics rivalry and it's finally happening. So it's like, nah, forget them niggas. But KG was one of my favorite players, and I've always like, I'm originally from LA, so I've always liked Paul Pierce, you know what I'm saying? He Inglewood nigga, like I've always liked both of them. So it was hard to hate that team too. And even now, Jason Tatum, he's a Kobe guy, and he's just so damn good. Like if you love it, and I always tell people, I'm a fan of basketball before I'm a fan of the Lakers.
Right.
I love the game before I love.
You respect the game.
And it's funny because I was a Lakers fan before I was a basketball fan. Like I knew who the Lakers were before I understood what basketball was.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But now that I know and I have like fell in love with basketball, I love the game.
You understand it.
Before I love my team, you know what I'm saying? And so watching Jason Tatum play, that nigga.
You gotta appreciate it.
Man, he plays a beautiful game of basketball.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna tell you who our X Factor is. We got 2 X Factors. Derek White and Brogdon.
Yep.
I mean, what can you, like, you have probably the best duo, maybe now that Durant's on the Suns, maybe not, but probably one of the best duos in the league in Brown and Tatum. Mm-hmm. And you got in a playoff game them kicking it in the corner while Brogdon goes to work. Like, that's what makes the Celtics different. Like, they have compared to last year, for one, Tatum and Brown got that experience under their belt. The whole team did, right? Because we damn near returned everybody. But now you add Brogdon, who is, you know, sixth man player of the year this year, create his own shot, create shots for other people, you know what I mean, make the right pass, high IQ. Like, I think that he's gonna really be our X factor, hopefully. Knock on wood.
Let me see.
We got Philly next if we get out of here.
I was about to say, obviously.
Philly been playing good ball.
Obviously, I want my Lakers to win it, but I'm thinking, like, if the Lakers don't win it, if the Lakers get put out, who would I be rooting for?
You gotta root for the Suns. No? Who are you about to say?
I'm trying to think. I don't know. I was rocking with the Nuggets hard. Like, I was
gonna say Denver. Okay.
I like Michael Porter Jr. a lot. I've always liked him ever since college. But no, I don't know.
So you got Denver gonna beat Minnesota probably.
I like Sac, but they not doing nothing this year. They playing hard and I like them, but they not really finna do nothing this year.
I hate to go on my phone. Let me just check the score.
What do you think?
Just to see. Cause I like Sacramento too. I like when new teams, you know, make a statement.
Me too.
Oh yeah, they're about to lose. Nah.
Lakers.
They're down by 10 with 9 minutes left. Lakers got swacked today.
Yeah. I stopped watching. They was down by like 17.
What's up with your boy AD, man? He shows up and then he doesn't. He shows up and then he doesn't. They're not gonna win without him coming up every game.
Fam, do you see the video I posted about parents kissing their kids on the lips?
The interview? The interview you did, or an actual video?
Last week, that my guest Jay Mitch on this podcast, and we spoke about, I guess, the game. He did something. He went viral for.
Are you?
This shit is. Look at the numbers on that, bro. My shit don't never look like that. Like, people been commenting nonstop about this.
Yeah. I saw his response.
What do you think?
About the question? No, it's out of pocket. I'm sorry.
What is?
Kissing your kids on the lips.
Oh, yeah?
I'm sorry, it is. I hate to do this. I really do hate to do this, but some things is just reality, man. Like, if the mom kisses her son or daughter, okay, but I'm sorry, but dad should not be kissing his son on the lips. Like, why though? I just don't understand why, I guess. What's the point of it?
There's no point, and that's just, you know, obviously you saw the video, I kiss my kids on the lips. I don't, like, there's no point. It's not like I'm doing this to, like, just the same reason why I would kiss them on the forehead or the cheek. It's just how I show.
I hear you. Maybe it's because, like, society.
I take no offense, so we can have to.
No, I know you don't. I know you don't. I guess it's probably just because society makes, you know, kissing on the lips like the intimate kiss, you know, and you should never put, you know, what society does on kids. But let's be honest. Like, I hate when people like try to be like, oh, you should, like, let's be real. It's, you know. Okay, well, did you think it was weird when Tom Brady did it? Because motherfuckers was going up when Tom Brady did it. You feel me? I'm not saying you. Let me rephrase that. Like, people went up.
No, I understand what you're saying. I didn't think it was weird. I understood. I don't want to say understand because it makes it seem like I agree with them. No, that's the correct word to say. I understand why some of the people felt the way they felt, because with him, I don't think this was the case. But someone could make the argument, okay, I don't know how many videos came out. But one of the ones I saw, he was like laying on his back, like getting a massage or something. And his son like walked away. And he was like, no, come back. And he made his son come back and give him a kiss. And that's like, if you could.
And his son is older too.
Yeah, you could
a little bit older.
Like maybe his son didn't want to and he was doing it because you made him and because you said come back and do it. I guess you can make that argument. But my kids are, and again, we ain't gotta go all the way into it, we talked about it last week, but my kids are 7 and 2 years old, and I've kissed both of them on their lips since they've been alive. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like a new thing that it's like, oh, like what's going on here, or it's like a thing where they have to start getting used to or anything like that. It's what they've always known, what they've always been accustomed to, and when it's not appropriate, it'll stop. But and again, I like to say when this is a topic of conversation, I always point to the Wayans brothers. Like I grew up watching the Wayans brothers. Sean and Marlon used to kiss each other on the lips, like damn near every episode. And we know these niggas to be with some of the baddest women, and you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's just like, and again, when I first saw it, admittedly, I'm not saying I saw it and was like, oh, they're just, when I first saw it, I was like, I have brothers. Like, I'm one of three boys. I would never kiss my brothers on the lips.
Right.
Ever in a million years. I would never do it. Just the same way I could understand how some parents would say, I would never kiss my kids on the lips. I understand, because it's not something that you grew up doing. It's not something you're accustomed to, and it's not something you're comfortable with. I totally understand. But the same way I understand how it's unnatural and uncomfortable for you, you should also grant me the same understanding.
That it's natural.
This is something you've always done, and it's not abnormal for you. Like,
I hear that.
Again, and I said this last week, I'm a man. I'm a boy. I'm a guy, obviously. And I grew up, I kissed my mom on the lips until I was like 14 or 15. And ain't never been nothing inappropriate with me and my mom, obviously. There's never been nothing inappropriate for me and my kids, obviously. Like, I've never had any problems, like, dealing with girls or nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's just everyone's home, and everyone's home is different, and the way people show love is different.
Yeah, and one thing your boy said that was spot on for me as well is I have no idea what it is to be a father, what it's like to be a father. So when you get that bond and that like love for someone and that relationship with someone, it might be different. So you just like never know. Or, like I would never know at this point. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, like you said, to each his own. Different strokes, different folks.
Like, and again, for the record, I didn't. I mean, my bro, I gotta keep putting this go for the record. But like when the show first started, we were talking about you talking about your sister, and you was like, "That's my girl." Someone could easily be like, "This nigga said my sister is my girl."
Yeah.
So it's just it's everyone's home, everyone's love, everyone's home is different. Different people express love differently, and I think, for the record. No, I don't even want to say that. I was about to say, for the record, I guess I can understand how it's alarming, but no, it's not. Like I would never see a parent, male or female, kiss their child, male or female, on the lips and be alarmed and be thinking like, yo, we need to keep an eye on this nigga. Like, something might be never. Like, so it's just, I don't know. It just is what it is. Different people are different. And they express it differently. That's all.
Yeah, I agree.
That's all.
Different strokes, different folks.
Mm-hmm. All day. Speaking of people being different, did you see the dad? It looked like he was like moving a box or like moving something out the crib, and his daughter was like dancing in front of the camera. His daughter looked like
his young daughter,
no more than like 4.
Yeah.
And she looked like she started twerking.
She was 100% twerking.
And he walked by her and popped her. Like he didn't even say nothing. He just walked by her and popped her like you already know. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And she stopped.
And she stopped. And you look in the comments and people like, yo, you should never be hitting a kid. What's your thoughts?
Man. First off, I done got hit for way worse than that. Just to put that out there. So that can kind of tell you, you know, how my views are shaped about this. For one, I don't agree with the new. I'm saying this because I see it with my sister, and I love that girl to death. But she's definitely on that new wave of like, you know, the physicality aspect of parenting should pretty much be non-existent. You know what I mean? You should talk to them. You should teach them why. You know, show them X, Y, Z, what they could.
I'm with you on that.
And I hear you for sure, but on the same token, I think there needs to be a little bit of balance. Like 30% of getting their ass whooped and like 70% of, you know.
I'd agree with that. Cause I don't know about. I'm with you. There needs to be a balance.
Whatever percentage you want to throw in there, there needs to be at least something to show them. Like, I guess it's because like, homie, I was raised like that, and like I turned out fine. You know what I mean? And so all my friends, so did my sister, so did all her friends, and I'm sure you even got tapped on the ass.
Absolutely.
You know,
I learned everything the hard way.
Exactly. So it's like, you know, like it's like what changed, I guess, in society. Which I mean, and like I said, I'm not a parent at all. I feel kind of weird even speaking on this period, but you know, that's just from, like I said, my personal experience and seeing other people, that's my opinion. And I think it's 100% like warranted that he did that. He's got a 4 or 5 year old girl twerking. For one, because she's probably watching social media at such a young age, because that's what kids do. My nephew's 4 and is on his iPad literally all day on YouTube. Not all day. Let me say before my sister comes from my neck. But, you know, like when I watch him, I'll put him on YouTube if I'm watching from home. Or if I'm working from home and I'm watching him, he'll go and you know, surf YouTube. So that's a whole other story. You know how I feel about social media. I hate social media, even though I use it. Yeah, I think it was warranted, you know. And I see what a lot of people might be saying because it's like, she doesn't know any better. You know what I mean? As a parent, you probably should be monitoring what your kids are watching because I'm guessing that's where she learned it from. She's seen it from somewhere. You know, whether she's seen it from a family member, I don't know. It was probably from a music video though, you know what I mean? Or from Instagram or whatever. And she's just TikTok. She's just copying that. So that's my 2 cents. But yeah, like I said, I didn't even hit February. I remember, quick story, I remember one time when I was in elementary school, I was in 5th grade, I got into a fight with this dude named Malik, this Jamaican dude. And we fought or whatever real quick. It was an after school program, not during school. And so back then, or in after school program, we got behavior reports for something like bad like that. But they would keep you like up top at the multi-purpose room. We were at the jungle gym when we fought. We got up, got the behavior report written, boom, boom, boom. And they call your parents because it's immediate pickup. So we're there and he's on the phone, the main regulator's on the phone. He's like, oh, okay, like, you know. So they didn't have this whole little weird ass communication I didn't know about. He said, go ahead. I was like, okay. So I went out there, played. Homie, however long later, I can't remember. I just felt somebody grab my collar. I was on the little mini rock climbing, like the little wall to get up to like the level. Felt someone on my collar. Bam! Slam me on the whip chest. Back. Boom. Damn near knocked the breath out of me. It's my mom. She said, go get your shit right now. Walked up, ran up. You feel me? That's in front of everybody.
Yeah.
It was just different. Even though I'm only 24, I feel like this shift, this like soft ass shift just happened so quickly. Cause it was not like, homie, I done seen friends get that, you know, get treated like that too in front of me. Like, nobody was calling the police, or you know? That's a real story. That really happened. You know what I mean? At Jennifer Elementary School. And that was just for a little fight. Who gives a fuck?
I don't like how I feel, and I don't like how it makes me feel, and I don't like the way my son has looked at me anytime I've ever spanked him. I don't like it. It breaks my heart every time. Like, I can't stand it. Like, look, my soft ass getting emotional right now even thinking about it. Like, that shit is the worst, bro. Like,
see, so it's easy for me to sit here and say that because I've never experienced that. So that's what I'm saying. Like,
and this is coming from someone who, bro, like, my parents were great. Like, my dad was great. Like, my parents were amazing. But and I just told you, I learned pretty much everything the hard way, bro. So like, I got whooped for a lot. I got a lot of spankings. I got grounded a lot. But like, I'm basically saying that to say I'm not someone who came from a home where it was like, no, we're gonna talk and you're gonna take a time out and go sit down. Like, no, we got whooped. I got whooped. Like, if you didn't follow the rules, you got whooped. And so that's what I come from. That's what I'm familiar with. That's what I know. And I remember even my sister-in-law asked me, like, my oldest son was like a few months old, like literally like 3 months old maybe. She was like, is Baron gonna get whoopings? If like you get in trouble, is Baron gonna get whoopings? I was like, hell yeah, what you mean? Hell yeah, you gonna get whoopings. Never get the first time I spanked him, I literally, bro, I spanked him and then I went and sat down and started crying. I was like, I'm not doing that shit no more, bro. And like, he did something that I thought was like too egregious and too out of pocket. Popped his little hand twice, pow, pow. I was like, this is not the way. Like, and again, it like, before becoming a parent, when I would hear people say things like what I'm about to say, I would be like that just sounds soft, but like, how are they gonna learn? But I truly feel like how that's not the way to teach kids, bro. Like, you don't teach kids by hitting them. Like, they can learn that way, obviously. Like, I learned things that way, you did, and I could, if I want to, teach my kids that what you did was wrong, so now you have to feel this. Obviously, anyone will learn by that, because you don't want to feel that pain. So the way to not have that happen is don't do that. Obviously. But that's not the way, bro. Like, that's not.
There's alternatives.
There's not. Some things, when a kid, and especially for like a young boy, he's like to a certain age, because I remember my grandma, And it was like, if you're not, I'll just say it. If you're not black or a minority, you just wouldn't understand what I'm about to say next. But I remember, if I'm not mistaken, my grandmother saying, we gotta whoop our kids so the police don't. And I remember thinking like that was such a real thing. Like that's facts. Like we don't, as blacks and minorities, we don't have that leeway. Like we get out of pocket in the street, we gonna get violently dealt with. You know
so it's better to learn in the house to be able to act accordingly in the streets.
But we say that, but it's like, that's gonna happen for, like, do you need to hit your kid because you told them not to get a cookie and they got a cookie? Do they need to be hit for that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. Like, when you're outside as an adult and you break the law, something's gonna happen to you. But if I'm outside, as an adult, like right now, me, today, if I decide I want another bottle and I don't have the money and I'm gonna go steal one, when the police show up, I'm gonna get arrested. I might get shot as a black man, but if I get caught stealing a bottle, they're gonna call the police, I'm gonna be detained, and I'm gonna get arrested. The police aren't gonna show up in the store and come and kick my ass.
Right.
I'm gonna get arrested. There are some instances, I'm not stupid, I'm not being oblivious to what happens to black people and to minorities. But I'm saying that, like,
but the end game is you're gonna get arrested.
But to just put that broad stroke of logic onto things. Like, oh, if you get out of pocket as an adult, as a black or minority, the police are gonna kick your ass. There's a lot of truth in that, but that doesn't like breaking the law as a minority doesn't equal you're gonna get your ass kicked. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so it's like, it's not, I understand the broad logic of it, but that's not the way, bro. That's not the way. In my opinion, that's not the way.
Yeah.
There's other ways to go about it, bro. And I'm like, and it takes longer, for sure, and it causes
stress.
It causes so much, I don't want to say stress, a lot of frustration though. A lot more frustration that wouldn't be if I would just spank. God, like, and then it's like, I don't know. Like the more information I gain, the more, evolved I become. I just feel like it's like, that's the easy and the lazy way, bro.
Yeah.
In my opinion, that's the easy and the lazy way. And I know it's a bunch of parents that's gonna be looking, oh, soft ass, and hey, I'll take it. But for me, that's the easy and the lazy way.
I don't think they will. I think that's like the way it's going nowadays, and maybe it's for the better. We'll see. We'll see with this next generation.
But to that point, the dude popping his daughter for twerking. I would have that same, like that visceral reaction. I would have that too. I don't know if I would do that. I don't know if I'd hit her. I'm quite sure I wouldn't, because I have two boys. I've never, Max is only 2. He'll be 3 in a couple of weeks. I've never popped, spanked, or hit him like at all. Barron's caught a few. He's caught a few. But even that stopped years ago. But anyway, I couldn't imagine, like, me being that soft spanking my son. I couldn't imagine having a daughter and being able to spank her. I couldn't imagine.
Yeah.
So.
No, yeah.
But it would definitely have you like.
You would flip.
Yeah.
In that instance, what she was doing, you would flip.
I will say also though that clip, it looked like the way he was able to just pop her, not say a word, and keep it moving, and she stopped. It seemed like
that's regular.
There was something that was like, you're not supposed to be doing that.
Right.
Like, we've had conversation, not even conversation, but you've been told not to do that before. Or maybe she just knows when I get popped, that means stop doing what I'm doing. Who knows?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So. It's turned into the parenting podcast 2 weeks in a row. We got parenting topics on there.
That was a crazy clip, for sure.
Let's see what else we got. So what's up? I was about to say your boy, but I guess he ain't really nobody's boy. Didn't nobody really check out his music like that. Respectfully, he had one big song with Kanye, but anyway, Designer. What's up with this nigga, man?
The straight creep.
I didn't know the full story until today. At first, I just heard that he exposed himself.
You want me to get into it?
Huh?
You want me to get into it?
Yeah, we can get into it. I didn't know homie bagged out and was really a man.
So if anyone doesn't know, he was on a flight and he was in first class, I'm pretty sure, too, spread out. So there's a lot of room for him to get down and dirty. and he whipped his schlong out and start whacking away. After multiple times of being told to stop, kept bringing him out, bringing Willie out and whacking away. And then finally they fake way detained him, brought him to the back, and he started pleading the mental health insanity case. This and that. I want to say he said he's gonna check himself in somewhere after too. So I don't know if you saw Michael Blackston's response.
No, I haven't. But just knowing him, that I've already.
He essentially was saying like, man, you can't plead. He said you was a horny motherfucker, and you was on the plane and wanted to get one off. Don't plead insanity now that you got caught. Like, it is what it is. You was trying to, you feel me? Catch one in the air. And that was that. But come on, bro. I mean, there's nothing else to say. Like, you're out of fucking pocket.
My thing is, bro, like, maybe it's not like that for him. I was about to say, well, bro, you're a designer.
Man, nah, it is. There gotta be one.
This
world, how this world operates, how this society operates, there's a one that you will be able to get instantly when you touch down.
Like, bro, like, I'm quite sure, well, maybe not, but I'm confident to say, you might be still catching looks off who you were in high school. There might be a girl that always liked you from high school that went away to college and now she back in town. She's like, yo, I've been liking this nigga since high school. He's still lit. I'm gonna see what's up with Trev. Off of what you did in high school. So you can't tell me that this nigga designer off of this
nigga Panda had one of the biggest songs in
You can't tell me he not getting no play off of who he is, bro.
For sure, he's got to.
And that's what you choose to do. You can't wait until this flight is over and call something up.
Straight weirdo.
Come on, bruh.
Straight creep.
I couldn't believe that, bro. When like I said, I first heard the story, it just said he exposed himself. To see that this nigga, the world is getting crazy, bro.
Yeah, I can't even fathom that. I would honestly feel like, honestly, to keep it G real, I probably would have fired on him. After he put his pants up, I would have fired on him.
What you mean, like if you like worked at the airline or like?
If I was there in that plane, I would have got on him.
I said, you got arrested. Fighting in the airport, you done so.
I
feel it though.
I would have got off on it.
I feel it.
That's some weirdo shit. Especially as kids in the plane.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot. It's women in there. I'd have got off on him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna do that little thing too.
Yeah, especially the kid thing. I don't play about that.
Yeah, that's weird. About that. That's what I'm saying though. It's like, homie, it's kids in here. Mm-hmm. Come on, my boy.
I don't play like that. Speaking of not playing like that, I had to flame somebody up in my comments today.
What happened?
About the topic about kissing your kid on the lips.
What they was talking about?
This dude was in it. Dude called me a pedophile. And you know me, like,
really?
I'm a respectful guy, like even in person and in the comments. Like I try to be as articulate as I can. I'm gonna get my point off. I'm gonna tell you exactly how I feel, but I'm gonna do it in a respectful and articulate way. But this nigga came straight out and was like,
and threw a jacket on you this way out of pocket.
Like, it minds you, like, I'm someone that, like, before being a cameraman, like, my career was childcare.
Yep.
All I ever did was work with kids. And you can ask Jesse, like, Kevin, I've never played like that because this was my career at one point.
Right.
So I can't even, and I remember, like, I'm gonna get to the story in a minute, but I remember Jesse said something just like joking around. And I got on him like, you know, me and Jesse like this, but I got on him like I was like, bro, I was swing on you about that, but don't play with me, bro.
Yeah,
like,
no, that topic is.
And I remember when we got to the crib, like, my girl was like, you know, Jesse, your boy, like, you know, he didn't like mean it like that. You ain't have to get on him like that. I'm like, no, but this is my job. I can't let nothing like that ride. Like, no, even a joke in the slightest. I can't let that ride because if I let him say jokey joke right now, he go say a jokey joke in another week, and then the more joke, the more it grows. Like, no, we're not playing like that. That's nothing you don't. This is my job for number one, and that's nasty as fuck. Like,
right. Mainly,
we're not playing like that. We're not playing like that. It's disgusting. We're not playing like that. So when the kid said, when the dude, and then come to find out, dude was like 18. He was like, I went to his page. He got like about 700 followers, got like 14 likes on his little like couple like music videos he put out. Some dog. I'm like, your music suck. I know, like, I'm owning because I'm like, I never do that. And I'm never, like, I got hella videos that ain't really got no views on them, no likes on them. I'm not that guy. Like, I don't post for likes and nothing like that. I post because this is a career that I want to do and stuff like that. But, like, I know some people do post for the likes and stuff like this. So I'm like, whatever I can do to piss this nigga off, I'm going to do it because he stepped way over the line. There was people in my comments like, oh, well, you went to his page just to antagonize him and say this, and I'm like, yeah, he came to my page and said something out of pocket. So yeah, I went to his page and I'm saying something out of pocket. Like,
yeah, I don't know if you're trying to equate calling someone a pedophile and telling someone that their music sucks. this, like, you feel me? What are you doing? Like,
he was like, you're doing all this, and all I did was state my opinion. I'm like, no, bro, you didn't state an opinion. An opinion I could deal with, and we could debate your opinion all day. You didn't give an opinion.
Right.
You made an accusation.
Right.
I came this close to saying if you was in my face, I'll slap you right now. But that's just being tough online.
I hate when people play that card about the whole, like, oh, it's my opinion thing, and it's like, okay, that's cool. Yeah, everybody's allowed to have an opinion, but there comes to a point when, you know, if you want to call your whatever you're saying an opinion, it's not respected. So you gonna get met with that energy.
Yeah.
Like, to be honest, like, you know, saying that. You know, an apple is better than an orange, that's your opinion. Cool, somebody might say an orange is better than an apple. But having these crazy ass, wild opinions, thinking that you can just, you know, clear it up by saying, well, that's my opinion, that's not realistic. You might get your shit rearranged talking crazy.
And then people, facts, big facts. When we go, and this is another topic we can deal with. I hate, and I always think about DJ academics when I say this. I'm so sick of people being able to say stuff and talk tough to people that they can't whoop, bro. I don't know when that switched.
Man, well,
all growing up, it was like, bro, if you, and I know it's like, I was saying to one of my cousins, he was kind of looking at me like, that's kind of like a weenie like way to look at things. But like, no, bro, growing up, if you couldn't whoop a nigga, you had to think about what you were gonna say. You could still voice your opinion and be honest. If you thought like a dude wasn't a stand-up guy, you could say it.
Right.
You had to find a way to say it. You couldn't just be like, F this nigga, he weird, da-da-da-da. The nigga will come and slap you, bro. And if you cool with this nigga approaching you, then say what you want. Like I said, like I think of like DJ academics when I say this, and he be popping. And because he's big act now, he up and he, you know what I'm saying, he is who he is. And I respect the grind and I respect the hustle. He went from, oh, this is a fat nigga in his mom's basement and da-da-da-da. And he done built a whole empire and he's up. I respect it. Don't get that twisted. You can't do nothing but salute and respect it. But some of the ways he be talking to and about people, and I'll be like, bro, like, a nigga like that is not supposed to be able to say some of the things he says to some of the guys he says it to, bro. Like,
right.
I'ma forever be uncomfortable with guys like him talking about some of the guys he talks about in the manner that he does.
Yeah, I think that it's got to do with the whole thing with social media. It's like it's easy to hide behind a camera and pop your shit off because you're not in front of them. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, of course it's gonna be easy when you're in the comfort of your home to be able to, you know what I mean, say this, and the other about, you know, so-and-so, because they're not right there. Mm-hmm. Are you gonna have that same energy when you see them? If you're a guy like academics, probably not.
But that's the thing, he'll be able to because he's got security, and that's my point.
Yeah.
And that's my point.
That's like, a whole different ball game. I'm just talking about, like, for example, bro. You know what I mean? They called you a pedo. Mm-hmm. That's grounded to get fired on wherever you see him.
Absolutely.
Like, you're not about to call me no chomo and not get touched. Mm-hmm. Like, that's not even realistic. You know what I mean? So it's like he was so quick to say that, right? But let's say this. Let's say him and 7 other people were sitting on this couch right now, you know, on some live podcast shit, and we said that. He not gonna scream from right there. Hey, you're a pedo.
Not in the slightest.
He would get his shit mocked.
Not in the slightest.
But because he's behind a camera or behind a phone, it's easy to say that. You know what I mean? And then, so I think this social media shit has so many you feel me, benefits, but it has so many downfalls. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's a whole other topic, though.
I feel it. We can get into it. What's some of the downfalls? What's some of the downfalls of social media?
That right there. Are we really about to get in the dating scene?
We could.
The downfall?
We could. We can get into it.
Social media has the game so fucked up, homie. It has the game
like the dating game or what?
Yes.
How so?
Because it's like, okay. So, just the way society is set up, I'm gonna keep it all the way G real though. I'm gonna keep it all the way G real though. I'm gonna keep it honest. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Because what is not respected anymore in society is honesty, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna keep it all the way honest. From Jump Street, it's always been like the man, you know what I mean, is the one that goes and gets the girl. Like that's, you know, obviously you have the bold women that shoot their shot, respect to them, but it's always like the man goes against the girl. Like, mm-hmm. You know, it is what it is. That's just how it's always been. Well, with social media in play now, that shit is really obsolete and really like really, it doesn't mean much anymore. Because a woman could post, you know, a picture, post a story, whatever, and she has like, you know, countless DMs, countless, you know, reactions, whatever. So whatever you say doesn't even really matter to her. Like it doesn't. It's pointless. Cause at some point, a girl's doing this just like as like a pick me up, damn near. Like she's gonna post a picture or story, knowing that hella motherfuckers are gonna slide on her, whatever. You know what I mean? And so you're just another, you know, suitor, pretty much. And so the social media has, you know, to an extent, basically taken out like the like purpose of a compliment, because there's no purpose in it anymore. If you compliment someone, so is 30 other people. So at this point, she's only doing it for the compliment. She's only doing it for the attention. She doesn't like really. There's not really a purpose behind the compliments. You know what I mean? So I think that is what has it so, you know, messed up, really. And then it gets to a point where their mind is so warped that when something real and like genuine does come about, she like thinks it's like weird, or like thinks that it's like, you know, the complete opposite, not genuine, not real. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that it has like so many girls is like minds warped, and then, you know, the fact that they have, you know, these renegades running the rap game. You got all these, you know, artists telling them to do this and that, some shit they're not even doing. You know what I mean? Break them for this, break them for that. You feel me? That's their mindset. Their mindset is like, what can I get out of this motherfucker type shit. You feel me? Because that's what Cardi said to do. You know? Even though she's getting cheated on national television and you know, taking her man back. You know, go figure, right? That's what she's telling me to do. So how can I do this? When really, they're not living like that at all. They're not living like that.
Not at all.
They just are rich off it, so of course they're gonna keep doing it. But they got your dumbass out here at motherfucking park.
I never forget years ago, bro, before even Cardi, Beyonce, she was out here singing Single Ladies and going home to Jay-Z.
Exactly. So it's like, you feel me? What are you doing? You're not Beyonce. You're not you know, the girls in City Girl, I can't remember their names. Miami, you know, Miami or whatever. You're not them, but like you're really trying to act like them, and what's that's gonna lead to? You know what I mean? It's not gonna lead to anything. It's gonna lead into like some unhappiness, I'll tell you that, because once you do that, you know what I mean, you start building yourself like a rep, you start building yourself like an image. And eventually it's gonna be a lot of motherfuckers that wanna fuck you, but there's not gonna be a lot of motherfuckers that wanna be with you. You feel me? So at the end of it all, after you get, you know, to a certain age, you're gonna be with somebody that you settled for. You know what I mean? You just settled with them because they're here, and they was the one to wife the person up that nobody wanted to.
A lot of these girls, I didn't mean to cut you off. A lot of these girls are respectfully. I don't want to say a lot. Nah, that's a lot. A lot of these girls are delusional. Like Instagram and social media has made them delusional to where it's like, just like what you said. I think a lot of, is that true? I was about to say, I think a lot of women mistake guys like chopping at them or sending them a DM or trying to smash as them like wanting them or wanting to be with them.
100%.
But though, a lot of these dudes are out here trying to be with these girls that are out here just looking and doing and saying whatever on social media. So it's like,
yeah, no, and it's crazy.
It's the Wild Wild West out here, bro.
Man, it's all bad. And I in the same way that I'll say, you know, what I just said about the women, the dudes, what happened to the masculine man? Like, it's damn near not, it's non-existent.
When you say masculine man, we mean what?
I think, this is just me personally, and you know what I mean, however anybody gets down, that's how they get down, that's cool. But this is just me. I think that the whole game is so switched up that like, you feel me? The women have all the power because of social media and because of this like new like technology wave. You know what I mean? Because like you just said, it's so many motherfuckers popping off at them at the lit. It's popping off, that they really feel like that shit is real. They feel like it's genuine. When in reality, yeah, they just want to blast, you know what I mean, and get on with their life. But they're not blasting, and instead they're just filling their DMs up, you know what I mean, being persistent, because that's how a man is. He always wants what he can't have. So it's just feeding their ego. So when they start walking around going out, they got their head high, you know, shoulders up high, you feel me, chest popped out, because they feel like they're the shit, because that's how these weak ass motherfuckers is making them feel. Because they can't take no for an answer, so they're always in, you know, just filling them up. So that, and for two, I just feel like the whole, I'll be honest, Andrew Tate is the biggest fucking idiot I've ever met in my life. He is such an idiot, bro. He is out here pumping this fake ass word, this fake ass ism out to a bunch of fucking dweebsters, right? And they're believing him. They're actually believing him, bro. They're actually like thinking that this motherfucker is saying anything real, which there might be some things that he says is real, but you're not gonna live like that. You cannot live like that. Like, let's be honest, there's some dudes that can get away with shit, and that's just reality. You feel me? They might pop off at the lip and say certain things and get away with it because they can. That's just what it is. There are certain people that cannot. So now you got these squares, you feel me, taking this knowledge and really believing they can go out and do this.
Yep.
And that's just making it bad for the people that really can do that.
Yep.
Because then, you know, the women are just like, oh no, like this is some agitation. It's like, no, I've been doing this shit. You feel me? Like this is not no agitate shit. You feel me? But you got these weirdos out here carbon copying his dialogue, and the girls are looking at them like, you're a fucking weirdo. So then when you come with something similar, which, you know, you've been doing, they looking at you like, oh, you're just like them.
I feel like,
I can't really word it, but
nah, I know exactly what you're saying, bro. I know exactly, believe me, I know exactly what you're saying. I feel like Andrew Tate and a lot of the guys that spit a lot of the game he's spitting, I feel like they didn't grow up getting girls, bro. Like niggas dudes that grew up, and to be clear, like I'm not. Shit, I didn't even had it how you had it. I've always been cool. I've never had trouble getting a girlfriend, getting a girl to like me, and I'd say 7 times out of 10, if I saw a girl and I was like, yo, I like her, and I pursued her, I got her 7 times out of 10. So like, but I was never like the super like, I was never a ladies man, but I was cool with the ladies. I'll say that. You know what I'm saying? But like, I'm saying that to say, I feel like the dudes, like the Andrew Tates and like a lot of these podcasts, they be on like this manosphere thing, and they trying to like teach dudes how to outsmart a girl into dating them, into like outsmarting women into getting what they want. I feel like they never got no girls. Like it don't take all of that. Like you don't have to be like afraid of women. You don't have to look at women like you gotta get them before they get you. That's not life. That's not realistic. Like if you halfway decent looking and got a little bit of mouthpiece, you gonna be all right. I mean, you gotta have some gear. You gotta look. You can't be dusty out here. But like as long as you know, say you look decent, clothes and face, and you got a decent enough mouthpiece, you're gonna be all right. And when I say mouthpiece, I don't mean like you lying and like telling them stuff that you no, like you know how to speak to women. You confident speaking to a woman. You know how to compliment without being creepy, like a genuine compliment without being creepy. And it's just like, I don't know. Whenever I like, before like judging it, like even Kevin Samuels, like a lot of like some of the stuff, rest in peace to him. But like a lot of like, I would tap in and like be listening to a lot of the stuff, and I'd be like, Kevin Samuels, I rocked with a lot of the game he was spitting. Not all of it. I say maybe like 65, 70% of it. But like Andrew Tate and some of these other dudes out here, Fresh and Fit, that's the podcast I was thinking of, Fresh and Fit. Them niggas is idiots, bro. Yeah. Like it's like, like why do you feel like you have to like outsmart or trick or get over on her before she gets over? That's just not life, bro. And that's the problem. That's what I'm trying to say. Kind of what I'm saying is they're putting this false game out. And it's kind of they kind of sound like they're like belittling women or like making them seem like women are lower than men. That's not player at all. At all. That is not player. That is not cool. Like to think that just because you're a man that you feel me,
are above a woman or you feel me, she's like your I'm faded. What's the word? Superior? Mm-hmm. No, not superior. Like
inferior.
Inferior, yeah. To say to think that, like, that's the mindset, that don't even make no sense. That's weird. Like, you should want a woman by your side and, you feel me, to have, like, a real rider with you, you know what I mean? Yeah, there's going to be some things that need to be, set, some boundaries, but to think that you're, like, above her and look down upon her, that's weird. Because at the end of the day, a motherfucker needs a strong woman in his corner. If he don't, that's going to be his downfall.
Facts.
Like I know plenty of relationships where that's where a lot of dudes I know, like, that's their demise. So it's like, that's weird. And that's what I'm talking about. That's what I was trying to say in the beginning. He's putting this info out that, like, men are, like, he literally said, like, women, like, oh, if a woman's with me, she's my property. Like, that's fucking weird.
That's wild.
That's not player, like, at all. Mm-hmm. Like, that's not cool. Like, that's crazy. And then they're putting this game out here and motherfuckers are really going out.
Yes.
Acting like that. And it's like, you fucking it up for the real ones that really, you know what I mean, is, stand-up individuals. And it's like, that shit is weird, my boy. Like, but that's the whole shit with social media, man. It's like, people can spew out whatever, they want to spew out. And if people, attract to it, they're going to attract to it. And there's more squares in the world than stand-ups. You feel me? So, obviously, it was easier for him to get into a position of power that he's in or whatever, because he honestly is.
Absolutely.
It's ridiculous, but it is.
Absolutely, he is.
So it was easier for him to do that because there's a lot more motherfuckers that is sitting in their basement looking for, help than it's, motherfuckers out here that can, do their thing. And it's like, if he were to go out, if he were to come on and try to spit some ism like Sharp, he wouldn't get nowhere. You know what I mean? So. And that's Sharp is a whole different story.
Yeah, he a whole different animal.
You're not a pimp. You're not a pimp.
You sound just like that nigga.
That shit is mania.
You know what's funny, bro? I watch more No Jumper content now that all the talent has left than I did when they were on.
Really?
Just because, like, I would tap into 80s show from time to time, Sharp's 80s show pretty consistently. Sharp show from time to time. He just be a little bit much for me sometimes. Like, come on, bro. Like, you standing up barking on females. Like, come on, bro. Like,
bro, and they be on there violating. I remember he had Pimpin' Ken on there. Pimpin' Ken. Oh, I'm like, yeah, they're out of pocket.
We done had a few Dago artists go up to No Jumper.
Yep, Weirdo
went up there. KT went up there.
Yep.
Mitchie Slick was on there.
Mitchie Slick.
We done had a few.
He started that whole. I swear, after that Mitchie Slick video, that was when the whole Dago vs. LA shit, like, started. It's always been like that. It's been like that since my dad been telling me since. Nigga, my dad been game making since the late 70s. You feel me? So it's been like that. But I'm saying, like, on the like social media platforms and people, you got this dude Milk. You know who Milk is? White boy from Hoover. Milk making these videos about, you know what I mean? And then, you got our representative Hoodie Hood, who I fuck with super tough. I watch every Hoodie Hood video you could ever name. And he's doing a good job of representing, the San Diego culture. And it's just like, but I feel like after that Mitchie video, like, it was like a weird, like Dago versus LA battle. It was so weird. It was like, all he did was go in there and, say what he had to say. And then Wax's weird fucking ass had to respond. And it was it from there. It was like.
He responded to Mitchie?
Yeah.
What'd he say? I didn't even see that. What'd he say?
Wack 100, I'm pretty sure he says something about, because Mitchie was talking about how he would be in LA and he got love from LA. So what's up with all the weird shit going on pretty much? And I'm pretty sure Wack 100 got on a video and basically tried to say, something else. I'm not going to try to paraphrase it because I don't want to get my facts wrong, but I'm pretty sure he responded to that, like, he responds to everybody. You know what I mean? So, he's a weirdo. J Diggs just dropped a diss song to him, 3 Finger Whack. Because they said he had 3 fingers up in, just go listen to the song.
I never really liked him. We can get off this in a minute, but I never really liked him. Like, I always thought it was weird how, like, right after Nip died, Game was on this, like awkward, like, love, but awkward support for Nip, almost like he was trying to like jack his swag. But he was saying he was like keeping his image and his thing alive. He knew him personally and I didn't, so I'll leave it alone. But I thought it was weird for him to be doing that. But then your manager, who you work closely with, is dissing Nipsey every chance he get. Like, it's
saying
just
some crazy shit.
It's like
saying some crazy shit.
And he wanna, I'll leave it alone.
But no, back to the No Jumper. Yeah, for sure. There's been some San Diego artists on there doing their thing. I'm super tapped in with the San Diego rap game.
Oh yeah?
I love it. I support it 100%, man. I wish that, you feel me, everybody had the same, I wish everybody was like me. No, I'm just playing. I wish that everybody supported, everybody just like, on some San Diego shit, but,
It's funny you say that. That's one of the, I didn't write it down as a topic, but it's something I definitely wanted to talk about. I've been making it a point to get more tapped into the San Diego music scene and the San Diego rap scene specifically. Like I was saying last podcast, I'm late to the party on Weirdo. I'm currently right now doing my homework, music homework on Owe, Juby, and there's one other. But anyway, I'm making it a point to like be tapped in and incredibly familiar with the San Diego rap scene because I want to. And Hendo Unplugged, they're doing a great job with his podcast of providing a platform to all the San Diego artists. But I want to, I want to do the same thing. I want to provide a platform for the San Diego artists to have a space to pull up and come talk their shit and promote themselves and do all of that. You know what I'm saying? And I can't do that if I'm not tapped in and I don't know who's who and I don't know who's popping. And you know what I'm saying? So I've been making it a point to do that. I used to be really big into music, like when I made music. I used to be really, really big into like music and being up on what's new. And I'll never forget, bro, I remember being so proud in 09, I think it was 09 when the Carter 3 dropped. And I remember, I forget who it was, but she had a burn copy of the Carter 3. Like right after it came out, she had the official album, but she had like a burn copy, like all the exact tracks. And this is a week after it came out. No, like 2 days, like 3 or 4 days after it came out. But I had already heard the complete album, like new complete songs backwards and through. And I remember she put it on. She's like, "How do you know this song already? This album came out like 2 days ago." And I remember feeling so much pride that I was so up on music that like this album just came out, but I already heard it and know already.
Right.
Now, bro. Nothing. Like
really?
I still listen to Victory Lap. Like I'm not up on
that slaps.
I'm not up on absolutely. I'm not up on nothing. The San Diego music that I'm recently like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not up on nothing current, bro.
Yeah, I'm super tapped in with the San Diego music. But honestly, that's just me though. Like I just support anything that somebody, close to me is doing. Even if I never met the person in my life, like I feel like.
Who's some of your favorite San Diego guys?
TC3, for sure. Number one. I fuck with TC3 super tough. That's my favorite rapper from here. His brother, 4 is hella hard. Weirdo, Memo the Mafioso, super hard. Maru. I know everybody, but those are the ones I listen to. No particular order. But yeah, I listen to like TC3 every day. He's hard. Shout out TC3 for sure. But I listen to a lot of old school too.
Okay.
Yeah, like Lil CS. That's one of my favorite San Diego rappers, period. Like, Lil CS is hard. He got an interview with Hoodie Hood, and I kind of had already, just because I follow him, I kind of already known his story a tiny bit. But you should go check that interview out. He basically says how back in the day, because he was for sure, valid. He was elite, for sure. He was valid, with all the shit he was rapping about. You can go check his interview out if you want to learn more about that. But he was doing his thing, but he was rapping as well, you feel me? And, it's known, he talks about it, he caught a case and had to go away for a little bit. And so before that, he had a tape that he had recorded. And he had met some pretty, influential people that, if I remember the interview correct, was kind of going to, be his first stepping stone into the rap game. But he went away. You know what I mean? He had to go do a bid, and because he was like hard gangster rap. You know what I mean? And right when he went away, that's kind of like when NWA took off. So like, in other words, like, I'm not gonna say he could have been, you know, NWA, which he probably could have been, but you know, he talks about how he kind of feels like he missed his window, you know, when he went away. So if you don't know who Lil CS is, you should for sure go tap in. I don't think really a lot of people are gonna not know who he is. He's pretty.
Yeah.
He was the last verse on Ryan Anthony's Dago 2. So, yeah, Lil CS, probably one of my favorite rappers. Googie, Issei Uno, Mitchie for sure.
What's up?
But yeah.
And,
but I support everything, you know what I mean? Whether it's music, clothing brand, food, you feel me? I try to support everything, give a shout out, you know what I mean?
And that's actually, that's what I want to do with this podcast. Like, the other one's gonna stay sports, for sure. But this podcast is what I want to do. I mean, it's gonna be, you know, I'm gonna bring the homies in, you know, have, you know, just kick it, talk, have conversations, or whatever. But I also want to, like, have like different artists, different like entrepreneurs, different people pull up and come.
Yeah.
It's like the sports show. I love it. I shouldn't even like said it like that. On the mic with Michael Flicks that's like not even low key. That's like my bread and butter show. That's like what most people in the city know me for at this point. Other than just my basketball content, period. But that show is like, you know, a lot of high schoolers and their parents and the coaches and athletic directors and stuff watch that show. So I can only do so much and only can have certain conversations on it. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I hear you.
So that's why that was never gonna be my only show. Like even when I started that, I had the Family Room podcast with my brother. Like I was always gonna have a show outside of that one because I can only have certain conversations on there. Like I would never be kicking it like
sipping on the name.
You know what I'm saying? I would never be sipping like this on that show. You know what I mean? So I you know what? I would, but it would obviously have to be like with a coach or like something.
Right, some classy shit. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it's important. It's important. Cause to be honest, I feel like from the jump, and I'm tweaking. Let me backtrack. I'm tweaking. I for sure flashed the Backyard Artist. I don't even know how that slipped, but the Backyard Artist from Escondido, Flashy B, his little brother Lil Flashy. You feel me? My boy Christian got something going on, real. It's fresh, but it's bound to blow up. His little hit, his.
Slapping that new one all week. The video they just dropped.
Flashy and Lil Weirdo.
Flashy and Lil Weirdo.
Yeah, that slaps. Yeah, my boy Christian got his camp, the Hidden City camp. You feel me? Hidden City Mondo, dropping slaps. They bound to blow. You feel me? But what I was gonna say is it's important to support. You feel me? Your backyard and what you got going on, because coming from San Diego, motherfuckers just hate just regardless. Just because you're from San Diego. Mm-hmm. You feel me? And I'm not even from San Diego. I'm from Escondido. You feel me? But it's a lot of the same shit. You feel me? This whole county, like motherfuckers just hate that you're from San Diego. Period. It's the weirdest shit I've ever been a part of. Like.
You mean like outside of San Diego? Or?
Yeah, outside.
Okay.
Outside of San Diego. My bad. Yeah. Let me just clarify. Outside of San Diego. So a lot of people won't give us love literally just because you're from San Diego. Mm-hmm. Regardless. I remember when we was hooping. Mm-hmm. They used to be like, San Diego hoopers is soft. It's like, hey, what you got? Jalen Hands was a burger boy. Mm-hmm. What you mean, San Diego? You know what I mean? Like, it's weird. Like, it's crazy. You going just get hate just because you're from San Diego, and they gonna do it from all angles, whether it's sports, music, fashion, food, just humans. They might hate on you just because it's crazy. Like, it's weird. So the fact that you know that, right? Okay, then why are you hating on the next man out here? Like, that shit don't make no sense. Like, think about it. A city like San Diego, how the fuck haven't we blown up in the music industry? That's nuts.
Nobody, we don't.
It's not a unit.
Exactly. Everybody's not propping. Like, bro. Like, if everybody would get behind Morrow and Weirdo right now, and just they're the two in KT. If everybody would just get behind those three, like, yo, these are three guys. Once they're on, they could pull everybody else up.
For sure.
Everybody else is like, bro, like, I want to be the first one from Dago. I want to be the first one from Dago. And it's like, in LA they don't do that, because in LA they fully know and understand that there's room and space for everybody.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Because history has shown them that. like, okay, let me throw San Diego a bone here. LA rocks out like that because they know and have seen multiple people be lit at one time and everybody get to the money. And they know, all right, those two being on don't stop my shine. In fact, if I big them up, it's only gonna help me. Because they've seen it and they've experienced it. We've never had and experienced that here. So like, don't nobody really look at Nick Cannon as somebody like, yo, he, you know what I'm saying? And so like, we've never had an artist from here to like really go and do something. Like we like shout out to Rob Stone, but even like the world knows who Rob Stone is. But like, you know what I mean? Like to like the at the highest level.
Yeah, like, consistently.
We haven't had a guy go on and be a guy like that.
And let me shout out J.O. and Mitchie, because they for sure did their shit. But
absolutely,
I get what you're saying, like consistently and being at like the top, where like LA had like a motherfucker like Dre and Cube and Eazy-E. I get what you're saying for sure.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not at I would never. I love the city. I love Dago, and I love everything that comes from here. All the positivity, all the dope people that come, all the dope creative people that come from here. I would never try to diss Mitch and J.O. and say they weren't super lit and that they didn't go on to do great things. When I said at the highest levels, I meant like LA, they've had Game. Game was the biggest rapper in the world at one point. Nipsey's Grammy nominated. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what I mean. Like,
yeah, no, I feel you. It's a different level.
I know you know, but I just wanted to clarify this. You know, people don't, you know what I mean? I just wanted to.
Yeah,
but it's
for sure.
We haven't had that. So
yeah,
and so everyone wants to be the first one, and people feel like I assume what it looks like to me is that people feel like and assume that if to big him up, if his light is brighter, that means mine is dimmer. So I can't. I want my light to shine bright. Right. So I can't. I gotta be out here and toot my own horn too.
You going? Motherfuckers would rather burn a bridge to make their own way than, you feel me, travel on his bridge. Yeah. They think that's like, that is too much pride. It's weird. And that's my whole thing. Is like, if you already know y'all are a step behind in terms of just being hated on, period, because motherfuckers are weird, why would you not want to just support everybody to get up out of this, you know, little funk that we've been in regards to not blowing up, you know what I mean?
I see it in this media thing, bro.
And I was gonna say, and it's in all different aspects. It's in fashion, it's in media, it's in sports, man, the hate you would get in sports was mania. I'd be like, bro, this is weird. Like, it's just a lot, man. And this social media shit don't make it no better. I keep saying that, but it doesn't. Social media is
you right, bro.
It's the angel and the devil.
I was able to watch the change happen, bro. I remember, I mean, obviously, I didn't even have a cell phone when I graduated. I graduated in 2006, but I didn't even have a cell phone I had a cell phone when I graduated high school, but it wasn't like everyone at the school didn't have a phone.
Right.
Like now, if you don't have a phone, it's like, you don't have a phone?
Yeah.
Like, how am I supposed to talk to you if you don't have a phone? When I was in high school, it's like that not have a phone was not a big deal.
And you damn sure wasn't logging into Instagram.
No.
Yeah.
AIM back then, and if you didn't have an AIM, it was like, by the time I graduated high school, it was like, you need to have an AIM. Like, you need an AIM.
Right.
Like, okay, that's what I was about to say. I remember, like I said, I graduated 2006. My little brother graduated 2009. Yeah, my little brother graduated 2009. I remember, was it his game? Yeah, I remember being at his games, and what happened? Now, it wasn't Instagram yet.
MySpace?
Might have been Instagram. No, because we had MySpace. Well, I think it was Instagram. Or no, it was Twitter. It was Twitter. I remember sitting in the stands, watching my little brother's basketball game, and what was it? It might have been one of your games. I stopped coaching. I think that I don't remember exactly what year it was, but I remember being in the stands and hearing the students say something like, "Oh, I'm just making up a name. Like, oh, is Jessica here?" He's like, "Oh no, Jessica. Yo, let's take a selfie. Let's take a selfie and tell her that she needs to be here." And
send her a snap.
It might have been, but I just remember like the girl like got in the front. They're in the rally crowd. The girl got in the front, and she got the whole stands behind her, and like take a picture. And like they all take the picture and they send it. It's like, I'm gonna tell her like, oh, you need to hurry, da-da-da-da. And like 10, 15 minutes later, the girl came and was like, and I remember like she walked up and was like, I said, I couldn't miss tonight. You guys sent me that picture. I had to be here. I remember thinking like, I wish we had that in high school. I remember thinking, I wish we could have done that in high school.
Hey, our riding cars used to get jumping.
Oh, for sure.
Our riding cars used to get jumping. When we played CIF, my first time I went to CIF, when they damn near, boy.
And that's the thing I'll tell people.
Forget about it.
And I didn't even, no, it's because y'all was dope. I don't want to, go on that line. But that's just OG, bro. That's just OG. That's just Orange Glen. Because for us, and granted, we were one of like the better teams for a long time at Orange Glen, even though we lost in the first round in football and basketball. But we were still one of the better teams for a while. But even still, like,
they rallied behind.
I remember at one point, bro, we caught like a 7-game losing streak. And you could not tell by the stands, bro.
Yeah.
They in there, face painted, Ronald McDonald outfits, like,
yeah,
screaming at the top of their lungs, bro. And I remember our coach got mad. We was playing Vista when they had Kenny Lawson. He was a McDonald's All-American nominee. Nigga dunked on us 13 times, bro. Nigga had 26 points.
Oh.
Nigga dunked on us 13 times. He was 6'10". Our biggest dude was like 6'4". We could not and nothing for him. But by it's like 2 minutes left in the fourth. Maybe not less than that. It's like into the fourth quarter. And our rowdy crowd is still going up. It's a home game for us. They still going up. They still loud as hell. You would think the game just started. They still going up. Then you hear Vista go, scoreboard, scoreboard. And then you just hear one. I'll never forget Tyler Lockwood. Shout out Tyler Lockwood. He was on my football team. He yells out, "We don't care about the score. We're here to support our guys. We don't care about the score." I remember thinking, like, I think it's dope, but that's not the message you want to send. You don't care about the score. I remember we got in the locker room and our coach was like, "You hear those idiots out there talking about we don't care about the score? We're down 15 points and 20 points." And he said we don't care about the score. But that was just OG. That was just Orange Glen. It was like, no, we at Orange Glen, we show up and we show out. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah. I remember those games. We used to. Yeah, those were good times.
Man, I can't tell you how happy it was when I was like, these little niggas is going to OG? Oh, let's go. Because I just knew y'all was going to Esco.
That shit was crazy how that happened.
They coming to the crib? Oh, hell yeah, I gotta go coach.
That shit was crazy. That shit was funny. I hate to change the subject, but you know what just popped in my mind?
Go ahead.
So, I think it's because we just talk about this social media shit. And really in the back of my mind, it's just burning me up. I hate social media is a trip. So I was messing with this girl, right? This woman. And we had known each other from mutual friends, you feel me? And we were cool, whatever. And we obviously were attracted to each other. And so we started talking, yada, yada, yada. And a lot of drama had happened, not between me and her, but, just around us. And it was just like kind of, it was like we didn't even get to, we were finished before we could even really start type thing, you feel me? But then, time went by and we finally started talking or whatever. So we're speaking or whatever, and we talked for a couple weeks. And she told me this compliment, this backhand compliment. She was like, man, like, I'm glad that I actually took the time to know you, because like everything that people said about you, I thought you were, this type of guy, but really you're such a great guy. And I was like, what? I was like, what? Like that shit threw me off, homie. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, that shit honestly like was not a compliment at all. And I feel bad because she really thought she was doing something. She genuinely did. She wasn't like a bad person at all. But she thought that she was like giving me a compliment, when in reality I was like, bro, that's kind of crazy. And it's like, it made me think like, it's nuts that people would even take into consideration what like people that gossip have to say. Like if you really think that these people like, and then the fact that it's like 2 or 3 people at a time, when you were sitting like in a little 5-person group and 2 or 3 people are like, yeah, you know what I mean? It's like, do you really like think that their word has any like weight? And and then even more so, you're gonna believe it? You know what I mean? It's crazy, and it's like, not to sound like a douche, but like, why do you think that? Like, come on, they didn't have a chance. You feel me? Yeah. So it's like, you really think like, and then if it's coming from a dude, it makes it even worse. like it's a grown ass man gossiping to you, pillow talking to you. Like you gonna take that.
That's crazy.
You gonna take his word. You know what I mean? So when she said that, I was just like cool, and I'm not even gonna lie, I was cool off her. I like held it on, tried to hold on for a couple of days, but after I was just like, I'm cool. That shit was weird. Like, cause it just made me think like, if you believe that type of shit, man, I can only believe how you gonna fold in some real adversity. You feel me? So I was like, I'm cool.
I haven't had that. I've had, because I've had people think that like, that I'm cocky because I don't like, bro, when I'm doing something, like, okay, like for example, like if I'm in the gym filming a game, and let's say, I'm trying to like give like a realistic example. Let's say it's halftime, and I need to go to the scores table because I do everything myself. So when I post something like, oh, so-and-so had 26 points and 13 assists, that's all information I gotta go and gather on my own. So, and a lot of times it's hard to do that after the game. And so for me, some of the time, I'll go and check the halftime score. And okay, so I'll be like, say if I'm there to film, let's say, okay, Trevor got 13 points. I'm there to film Trevor. Trevor got 13 points. And I'm gonna just log it in my head, okay, he got 13. So when the second half starts, after the game, I'm not gonna have time to go to the scores table.
So you'll count.
I know at halftime he's got 13, like all right, 15, 17, he hit a 3, he got 20, 22. Like I'm gonna keep on my own, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm saying that to say, at halftime, if I'm walking to the scores table to go check the how many points everybody got, I'm so tunnel visioned on what I gotta do. If you call my name, I'm not gonna hear you.
Right.
I'm just not. I'm not gonna hear you. Even in high school, people would tell me that. Like I be walking to class because I'm lollygag. If I get to class, my mom told me like, too many tardies, you getting tardy again, nigga, I'm whooping your ass.
Right.
So I'm like, I get to class. And it would happen in high school too. Like so-and-so told me they was calling your name and you just ignored them and went to class, da-da-da-da. Like she told me she did it. Like I didn't even hear her call my name, I was going to class. And so it happens to me in gyms too. Like so-and-so told me that they wanted to talk to you. You was just on your microfliction. You felt like you didn't need something. I'm like, oh my, what is my
What is that?
What is that?
Can you define that?
What is that? I don't even know what you feel like there's some microfliction.
Right.
You feel that. I don't. Like I mean, I'm confident I know who I am, but I don't feel like there's some microflick shit. So but yeah, bro, it's like that's happened to me a few times where it's like, I got like a dude from overtime. And I was like, who told you? He was like, yeah, so you're a really cool guy, man. I was like, thank you. But like the way he said it, like
did you think otherwise?
Yeah, he like had
do I know you? That's the worst. It's like
yeah, like this, like you're a really cool guy.
Yeah.
I was like
surprised.
I was like, he was like, yeah, so and so. I was like, yeah, bro, I don't even really know that nigga like that. So like,
and that's the worst. It's like when people that don't even know you say that, oh, you're a really cool guy. It's like, why'd you say it like that? You've never met me before in your life. You should have you feel me, like, you know, like thoughts prior to this. There's no reason for you to think that. Like, that shit is weird. It's hella weird.
I've never operated that way, but well, that's not true. If like, now it's got me rethinking everything I just said. Cause I was about to say like, if it's like, I still give people the benefit of the doubt though. Like my brother could tell me, hey yo, dude is weird, bro. Like I wouldn't do that. Dude is kind of weird. Da, 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 da. I'm not gonna assume my brother's lying. I'm gonna take his word for absolute fact. But I still need to see for myself though.
Yeah, you gonna store it. You gonna store that
experience. And I'm not saying you're lying, but that might be your experience. He might not have that. He might not treat me that way. He might not have that reaction to me. Now, if he did something just a complete violation, I can't rock with him. Because if he violated you my bro, that means he violated me, so I can't rock with him. But if you just don't like the way he move, or you don't like the way he speak, or the way he handles certain situations, he might have just dealt with you that way. So I gotta go see for myself. You know what I'm saying? So it's like...
It's like a catch-22.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I feel you. Like, I'm the same way. There's been a lot of instances when people say, X, Y, Z about this person, whatever. And I'm so like programmed to, I don't even entertain that shit because I don't like when that happens to me. You feel me? So who am I to, be a hypocrite and And when someone tells me something, I believe it, you know? So I honestly just tune it out. Like, it's been so many times when I hear people say like, oh, I'm just like, oh, for real? I'm like, man, like, damn, sorry to hear that, you know, like whatever. And then I'll be honest, there's times when I've went and they were absolutely right. You know what I mean? They were absolutely correct. Like, yeah, this motherfucker's a buster. You feel me? But like you said, I'll see for myself. I'm a grown ass man. Like, it's not gonna be too much that's going, you feel me? Hurt my feelings. Like, however it goes, it goes. But I'm just so programmed to not even like dealing with that shit. Like, I think that gossip shit is whack. That shit is lame. You feel me? So, yeah, it's been times though that it proved to be true, and it's just like, gotta charge it to the game for real. It is what it is.
That's all you can do. That's all you can do. I can't tell you, man, like, I'm such a pro at, damn, that's what it is? Charge it to the game.
Right. Yeah, it is what it is. You feel me? Some people were just brought into your life just to teach you a lesson.
Facts.
So.
Sometimes that's a tough pill to swallow.
Especially when you know the motherfucker for so long. Ooh, wee.
The story I was just telling you about.
That's like a horse pill.
Facts. The story I was just telling you before we started filming, I was like, bro, I've known you literally, I've known you my whole life, bro.
Yeah.
I've been alive for 34 years, and I've known you for like 25 of them, like 26 of them. And that's what you gonna do?
Yeah, it's tough.
I really want to slap you right now, but because of
the history,
I'ma just part ways.
Charge it to the game.
I'ma just charge it to the game. Part ways.
I've been in the same situation, and it's like, damn, you was the homie from the jump, and you gonna switch up over some shit like that? I mean, I guess it is what it is. It's just, you feel me?
Okay, let me ask you this: do situations like that, do they cause you to become jaded?
Nah. To be honest, I'm gonna be real. Not really. No, they don't. Because I can understand when they do for some people, for sure. But for me personally, I just feel like I have a good. I'm able to. I got the stomach to handle a lot of shit. You feel me? So I'm able to just like, you know, look at something and be like, damn, for real, it is what it is. I'll never talk to that person again. And it's easy for me to never talk to someone again. As fucked up as that sounds, and that's not a good trait. So we both need some help. It can, but it can't be. But it's easy for me not to talk to anybody again. I'm just like, oh well, like, you feel me? Because I know myself, and I know how down I am for my homeboys. Like, I'll run through a wall for my homeboys, you feel me? That's how I was raised, that's how I am. Like, I'm down for the cause, for sure, you feel me? I'm not about to bend under no circumstance. So when someone does bend on me, I'm like, fuck them, die slow, really. You feel me? And I'll never talk to you again, because I would never do that to you. So the fact that you could do that to me is mind-boggling. Same. You feel me? So if you could do that to me, and me knowing that I would never do that to you, it's easy. I'll never talk to you again. I'm not tripping. You feel me? And what happens, you feel me, is you get this picture painted of you because, you know, you're a cold asshole. But it's like, nah, how about you have bro take accountability for what he's got going on, what he's doing, you know what I mean? Instead of getting mad at me because I don't want to talk to him no more. You're over here trying to play motherfucking AC Green peacemaker. For what? He just did some weird ass shit. But you want me to say I'm sorry? Like, nah, I would never do that to him in my life, so I'm cool. Never. You feel me? So
it's so funny, bro. Like, and I've been trying. I don't want to like. So much of what you said tonight, I'd be like, me too, and I've been trying to catch myself from saying that, but it makes me think about like years ago, when you were in high school, when I was coaching, assistant coaching the team you were playing on. I don't know what happened or what the circumstance or situation was, but I remember I paused and tried to see if I can think of it. I can't, but something happened, and I remember. Me and my girl were talking about it, and I asked her something about. So what do you think of Trevor? I don't know what the situation was, but I was like, what do you think of Trevor? She was like, he's like you. I was like, what you mean? She was like how you just like you deal with things, but then nothing's like ever like too big a deal. You just like you deal with it, and it just is what it is. Like you don't really get high, you don't really get low. You're just like that. That's how I see Trevor. And it was like, it's funny that like she said that, and I wasn't even, you know, because I mean, like, I'm 10 years older than you, so I wasn't even like thinking about it, like, you know what I'm saying? But ever since she said that, I've been like different, like certain like situations, different things happen, but like, yep, Yep, that's what.
Yeah, nah, for sure. It's just like, to your point, yeah, it's never about getting too hot or too low. I've got enough control over myself to, you feel me, not lash out. Like, if somebody do me dirty, a lot of people might want to, you know, get them right back, do them dirty just as bad or even worse, or you know, scream at him, yell, and this and that. It's just like, nah, it's just like, oh, they did that? Damn, never thought it'd be him, but fuck it, I'm out of here. You feel me? And it's just more of, you know, it's that type of time with me. It's like, I'm not about to, you know, go nuts over it. I'd rather just not even exert any energy on it and just leave the situation forever. And it's easy for me to do that. And you feel me? It's just like it just goes back to what I said. It's like, I would never do nobody like that. So if you do me like that, it's over. It is zero. I can say this and look in the camera straight at whichever camera you want. I look at it in the face. I don't got no smut on my name, ever. Done no weird shit to nobody. Done no pillow talking, no weird ass shit. You feel me? The worst thing somebody can say about me is I done broke a couple, you know, hearts, which fuck it, charge it to the game. You feel me? That was inevitable, homie.
That happens. I mean,
done broke a couple shorties' hearts. That's the most they can say, but
I was say, that happens.
No weird shit.
And though we not proud of it, that happens. But as far as like what you said, like about like being like a stand-up homie and like holding your homies and your bros down and I don't. It sounds weird to even say, but like sticking to the code and just being stand up. Same with me. It's funny. I was just tweeting not too long ago, and I ain't put a name on it, but dude that I know, dude read my tweet. He know exactly what I was talking about. But I said exactly the same thing. I was like, whenever your name get brought up, it's nothing but weird shit and disrespect. There's never been any smut on my name ever, bro.
Right.
Ever, bro. I lived in Southeast. I lived in Esco. I lived in LA. You can go check anywhere I've ever lived, bro. Anywhere I've ever lived, any niggas I've ever done any type of business with, and I ain't, you know. I'm fully legit now, and I'm a cameraman and all of that. But I used to make money in different ways. You can go check anybody I've ever done anything with. There's never been any weirdo shit, no smut ever on my name ever. And I've never, you know what I'm saying? I ain't never claimed nobody's hood. I never got put on nobody's hood. I'm not trying to claim none of that. But I'm just saying, like, I've been outside. I was outside before I was a cameraman, and there was never any type, none of that, same shit. There's never been any weirdo shit, no smut on my name, never.
Right.
So like when and to that point, niggas that do have that type of stuff on their name, I don't let them play with me in those type of ways, bro.
Exactly.
Ever at all. I ain't never, like, I'm not a tough guy, but I ain't never ran from a fight. And I ain't never turned down no fade. So if you've ever ran from a fight or turned down a fade, you can never talk tough to me, my nigga.
Right.
Never. Even if you might be able to beat me up, for real. You might have more hands than me. You might be able to take me. But I would never let a nigga that's ran from a fight or turned down a fade talk tough to me. Never.
Yeah.
Never. I would never let a nigga that let a girl trick him and do X, Y, and Z and get him out his bread and da-da-da-da ever talk to me about some stand-up, getting money, do this, da-da-da. I would, like, bro, if that's not who you are, you can't talk to me about it, bro. Never.
Yeah.
I've always been that way since a little kid. Even,
right.
Not even on some, like my nigga, if you've never played point guard, like on a certain level, you can't talk to me about playing point guard, bro. Just straight like that.
Right.
You can't. And I've always carried that, bro. Always carried it. If you're a weirdo, you can't talk to me about being stand up. You can't.
Yeah. It don't even make no sense.
It don't.
It's like how can you talk to me about something you don't have no idea about? You feel me? Or you might have an idea about, but you folded, and that makes it even worse. And if it is smut, I want to know who said it and come tell them to say it to my face, because they told you behind my back. I bet you they won't have that energy in front of me. Because nigga, prove it. Like, you feel me? When did that happen? Was I there? Like, are you kidding me? Are you shitting me?
I keep on saying shit. I feel like I'm going to take off the podcast. Like, keep the peace. There's one nigga, bro. Here in San Diego. I'll give you the particulars off camera if I need to. But here in San Diego, when I first moved here, the first stories I heard about him was him being downtown with his boys, and they trying to do whatever they gonna do and get money however they gonna get it. And when shit get a little funky, he took off running. Left everybody else to get into some shit, and he took off running. Then fast forward to, I'm a cameraman now, and we supposed to be like linking up doing interviews and this and that. And again, I'll give you all the particulars off camera if you want it, but like we end up not being able to to do the interview. And I'm a persistent guy. I'm hitting them up like, yo, let's do the interview. We ended up not being able to do it, but I guess because of how much I was hitting him up, he felt like disrespected. I was doing too much or whatever, and he was like just getting at me like mad foul, and he was like I've been stalling out your this and that and blah 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 blah. I was like, whoa, bro, whoa, hey, check this out. You from where you from, and I'll respect that, but ain't no nigga ever need to stall nothing out from me. Whatever you feel like you need to say or do, go ahead and try to do it.
Right.
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it, but don't stall nothing out from me, my nigga. Whatever you need to do, go ahead and do it. And I was like, and furthermore, my nigga, when I first started doing my homework on you, I heard your track feet started working when some real shit started happening. So you don't need to talk tough to me, my nigga. And this nigga's way bigger than me. Much taller than you see how small I am. Mm-hmm. This nigga's much taller than me. I heard he can fight a little bit, but I don't give a fuck about none of that. I heard you ran. So you don't get to talk tough to me, my nigga. Cut out all the tough shit. I don't run away. You do. So cut out all the tough shit. And if you feel offended by that, then come and approach me about it, and I'm cool with that. We can cross that bridge when we get to it. But ain't no nigga that took off running from a fight gonna talk tough to me about nothing. Nothing. I don't care who you are or where you come from. If a nigga brought it to your face with some smoke and you took off running, you can never talk tough to me. It is just what it is.
Right.
It's what it is.
Nah, for sure. For sure. It's just
having a whole bunch of conversation I didn't think I'd be having today, but it's all good though. It's all good. My guy, and that's all I'm down to do.
It is what it is. Nah, facts though. It's just like, and that's the whole thing we kind of talked about a minute ago. It's just motherfuckers feel way too comfortable saying certain things on the net. And what happened? He messaged you that shit. It's always this shit. It's like, I done had hella instances when it's like motherfuckers was trying to play that big dog shit, you feel me? Seen them in person and no type of weird shit went on the internet, and you feel me, messaging motherfuckers like, it's like, nigga, I just seen you should have got off. If that's what type of time you want, I didn't even know you were on type of time. Who are you? How'd you even find my Instagram? I don't even know you, but you messaging me. Like, I don't know.
It's over a girl, it's even more weird.
Oh man, don't let
It's even more weird.
Don't let the cat get involved. Motherfuckers be ready to go to Afghanistan over that shit.
What?
Forget about it. Forget about it.
Where was these niggas raised? But that's a...
And it's like, homie, you can have this. Are you shitting me? She ain't even that bad. Like, she just here. To be honest, like, not to be like a dick, but I mean, she's just here, really.
Hey.
She's cool, but you feel me? It's not like something I would brag to the homies about. She's just here. You can have her. I'm not tweaking off that.
I feel it.
But
go ahead and wrap up this podcast before I get to say some shit out.
Yeah.
Hey, my nigga Trev, I appreciate you pulling
It's
up.
all love every time.
Trying to get you to pod for a long time. You need to do your own podcast, bro.
I know you be
Very
telling me.
articulate, you know what I'm saying? You're a handsome guy, the ladies love you. Your podcast will do well, bro. Your podcast will do well, bro. Let me know if you ever want to start that and get that rocking out. But anyway, Ain't Got It Yet podcast, episode 18. My guy T.O., Trevor Owens, I appreciate you pulling up on me, bro, man.
Lil T.O.
Double conversation. What'd you say?
Lil T.O.
Lil T.O. Okay.
From Pops Get Mad.
Oh, okay, my bad. Lil T.O. Oh, see, I never knew that. That was his. And see, I just, obviously, you know, Terrell Owens and you Trevor Owens, and I was just like, I think I started calling you that, I think, your sophomore year?
Yeah.
I think your sophomore year, and I never knew that was your dad.
Yeah, that's Pop's name for sure.
Respectfully. Respectfully. Shout out to Big T.O., you know what I'm saying? But I appreciate you joining me, Sean.
Man, it's all love.
Podcast, episode 17. Appreciate y'all rocking out with me, man. Till next time. Take care.
Peace out.